Get dominated.
My stomach hurts.
Hey up, ghosties. Oh, Ollie, thank you for the resub. My stomach hurts too, but in like the good way. You know what I mean? Like in the my stomach hurts in like all of the good ways of like, I'm excited. I got shit to share today. Hello. I know it's been a minute. It's been like almost a week since I streamed. I apologize. My stomach hurts in the bad way. I'm so sorry. Is it because of what's happening, or is it just your tummy hurts? Are you just fighting that demon right now? Oh, it is. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it's not end of the world here. I'm just tightening my fucking goddamn stupid microphone thing again. Be tighter. Be tighter, please. Be tighter or my microphone's gonna fall off. I'm waiting for the day that I like move my microphone and it just like yeets off my desk. Waiting for that moment. Hasn't happened yet. Oh, I'm making it worse. Anyways, yeah, things are happening today. Minor things. It's fine. Oh my god. I am the Predator. I am not affiliated with the lore whatsoever. Emily, don't get me. What is happening? I'm 6 feet in the ground right now, peeking over the side of the earth, trying to watch my computer's screen. I'm sorry. Oh god. We're gonna see how today goes, motherfuckers. Hello everybody, my name is Almost Sander. Welcome home. This is happening. Hi. Hello chatters. How many of you know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say the word lore? Raise of chat hands? Raise of chat hands, question mark? Do we have some chat hands onto what the fuck y'all know about? Because some of you guys have been here long enough that you know what the fuck we're talking about. Some of you may or may not be newer. I know we have some new followers. I don't know if we have any new hangouts today, but not I. Hand goes down. I'm new here. I hate my mods. I'm kidding. I love you guys. Hi, Ice. Hi, welcome in. I didn't even say hi to everybody today. Oh my god, I was so distracted. Anyways, Tyrio, thank you for the first, and Loki, thank you for the Spotify reminder, which I didn't do, because I didn't even do my hellos today. I'm doing everything wrong. I've done it all wrong today. All of it. Anyways, hi everybody. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, essentially for the past 2 years, yes, it's been 2 years now, me and my friends have been working on lore. Reminiscent of the concept of the Dream SMP in terms of a story being told through Minecraft, and reminiscent in no other way of the Dream SMP because it's not live, it is all pre-recorded, fully edited, imagine Quackity's lore. But it has been since the day we started thinking of it and writing it and all of those funny other things, it has literally been 2 years. It was what, January of 2022 that we're like, we could do like an SMP, and we should just come up with like a little bit of backstory, like before we, you know, do the live SMP. We'll just do a little bit of backstory. And 2 years later, here we are with what essentially is going to end up being a mini series. Think a full TV show. It's obscene. It is an obscene amount of stuff. But if you remember my New Year's stream, I made a promise, and I'm not good at promises. It is a Netflix miniseries, essentially. I made a promise back in New Year's that I promised Emily, and also, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. I promised Emily, but I also promised you guys that we would start in January. It is January 26th. So we're starting, but I have a little, I'm sorry, I just keep hitting this. I have a little thing to show you guys. It's not the lore yet, but it is another one of our minor little announcements. You know how we do our little announcements around here. You know how we gotta be doing our announcements and all that shit. Sorry, it got quiet. I might have gotten quiet because I punched my microphone and turned it down. I have a little thing to show you. Drops the entire lore. Okay, it's not that. But I have... Let me... Oh, sorry. I don't know if you could hear that, but I could sure hear that. I have a little thing. It'll be posted after stream today, so if you don't see it right now, it is a-okay. I didn't even check if everybody's in stream yet or not, but it's been 7 minutes. If you're not here, you're late. So, Ice, you heard half a second. Can't keep north anymore. No, you can't. I played a quarter of a second, and y'all were like, "Gan, I know that song." Like, fucking Jesus Christ, y'all. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna pause my music to just show you guys this, and yeah, this is just like a little minor announcement. It's literally 30 seconds, so whatever. But I should be able to just do. Let's just do it this way. Hi. So, here's your minor little announcement. Glad you got here in just the right time, Sonny. Here's your, yeah, here you go. Hopefully this isn't deafening. So, if you notice our little end screen there, we have some happenings. This is a trailer for the trailers, but this is getting posted to all of the places where people don't know lore is happening yet. So, tomorrow will be the first official posted piece of lore. There is going to be a lot of lore before you guys get... Yeah, for Australian people, that is tomorrow. But essentially... I'm going to eat my desk. Wicked, I'm so sorry. Essentially, despite the fact this is a trailer for the trailers drop tomorrow. Well, a trailer drops tomorrow. There is a lot of content that you guys are going to be getting before the technical original episode 1 starts. I don't know how much I should tell you guys, but concrete scraping noises. Reese is eating the actual sidewalk. Essentially what this means is that the first trailer will drop tomorrow. And at least, this is going to be weird to say, at least for the next 2 months, starting tomorrow, and for the next 2 months, you can expect regular content based around the lore, leading up to some big things. Yeah, that is impressive to say. I do mean regular content. Once every Saturday, you will get a shenibble. It is time to start feeding the fucking hounds, which is you motherfuckers. And we are just I'm gonna have this play. Yeah, but this is that's happening now. So yeah. My stomach hurts. Yeah, I need a Hive Theory outfit now. There you go. Time to do the new map, Pat. This I know. So I guess, yeah, Ali said a fun little thing that has been on all of our heads is we've been talking about this for so long. I definitely have some fears that you guys won't give a shit anymore. Which is why for today, for all the people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about or have no idea why you should care, I want to talk about it a little bit today, and maybe just answer questions a little bit about things I'm willing to tell you guys or things I'm not willing to tell you guys, and just remind everybody or introduce everybody to the concept of the lore. And for anybody who's like, I'm not up to date with the lore, I don't know what it is, I don't know what's happening, when I mean like that you don't need to know anything because nobody knows anything yet, I'm so nervous about all of this. Yeah, I should have been able to release this stuff a year ago when the entire channel was huge and everybody was hype about it. But, when will these people who did voice acting be shown? Okay, hang on. You guys or us? If you mean you guys, like the people who did the voice acting, we know their heights and that's it. Yeah, you guys do know the heights and that's it. There is voice acting from you guys, the participants of the Hive, within episode 1 and from there on out. There are at least 1 or 2 in most of the episodes, if not several. There are certain episodes where there's a lot more than others because of the way that the story is being told. There's a lot of story to be told. But I will be letting people know in the description. I will put the names of the people whose clips are in there, because that way if you can't tell your own voice, maybe I will just make sure I list, like, you know, if this person's this one, whatever it is. It's, yeah, so all of those will be posted. It'll be very exciting. I'm very, very, very nervous. I can't even genuinely begin to express to you how much time and effort has gone into the lore, and I mean like tens of thousands of words of writing from all 3 of the people who have written this. The script is like 19,000 words long and still being edited to this day as we come across things. Like this thing is huge. I've said it before and I will say it again. I don't know if I've expressed it often enough. This is the biggest project I have ever taken part in ever. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be difficult to write a book. Writing a book is a fucking joke compared to this shit. Like, this is the hardest thing I have ever taken a part of, and it is the biggest project I will ever undertake. I can't say for the rest of my creators. For those who don't know, who are new to this, there are 3 of us who write this. There is me, myself. There is Emily, also known as Cyrena, also known by her Twitch name as Katara. If you don't know her, she is all over the place. She's one of your mods here. She is one of our main characters and also a piece of the lore. And then there's Ali, also a mod here and in the server. And she is also one of the main characters here. There's us 3 that kind of run this place. And obviously, since we began the lore, there is a lot more of you guys who run this place. But yeah, there is so much. And there used to be a lot of art of all of the characters, and there's not a lot of art of any of the characters anymore. But I want there to be art to the characters again, and I want you guys to be excited about them, and I want to talk about them and all of the cool shit. So I want to do that, and maybe, I think today, fuck me, bro, thanks, I'm new. Yeah, no, apparently fuck Reese, and fuck Tyrio, and fuck Wicked, and fuck Ink, and everybody, Ice, and fucking Oblivion, everybody who has taken a piece of this that, like, hasn't, whatever, like, back when we started this, like, having a mod team if you could go back in time, Reese has solely paid for the server. Everybody say thank you, Reese. There would not be a Minecraft server without Reese. Reese has fucking taken care of that. But if you would have gone back and told me when I started like making this with Emily and Ollie that by the time we'd be releasing it, we would have a full mod team worth of people who helped run this place, like, Jesus Christ. I've been a mod for 2 years now. That's so goofy. Yeah. And like it's just, oh God, Jesus Christ, Ice. 2 years? Oh, this is wild. This is ridiculous. Everyone better like the damn lore. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I post about it and share it and hype this up as much as I can over the coming 2 months of like content getting boosted and ready. Yes. Oh my God. The lore was originally called the Almost SMP. Please. That was genuinely what it was called. It was called the Almost SMP. Do you guys want to see the first piece of art I had ever made of this shit? Let me pull. Oh my God. The first piece of art I ever made of this shit was a Dream SMP knockoff piece of art. Of the 3 characters based on our 3 main characters, but outfit swapped with the 3 main characters of the Dream SMP being the Dream Team. This art was made like before the lore even really started being written. We had like the minor ideas of it. Yes, and Ollie edited it to look like an album cover. I forgot. But where is it? This was the first ever piece of digital art I made of these idiots. I think the lore payment that goes through the day the subathon starts should count as a dono. You're right. I will count that in the donations. This was the very first art I had ever done for these guys of me as Dream, and then Tara as Sapnap, and Olive as George. This is where it all began, with Dream crossed and edited out and replaced it almost. This is so cringe to look back at and be like, oh no, we were really just ripping something off. And now it is so far removed from that it like blows my mind that I ever even considered that these are like, oh, it's just like the Dream SMP. Can you show my edit if I send it? Yes, absolutely. Ollie, send me the edit. Ollie edited it to make it look like it was like a band, like an album cover, and it was just fucking brilliant. But yeah, so this is where it all kind of began. And then I have a couple pieces of art I could like kind of show you guys. Most of it is not shareable. But I do have like little things, like stuff like this of Xander and Olive that I have posted before, which I think is really cute. But yeah, like there's little things that I can share. Obviously Xander's like character boards or whatever. There's not a whole lot I'm permitted to show you guys. I've done lots of lore art that you simply cannot see. I did have this one with the Christmas art. This was the little Christmas art that I had made. This was last year's Christmas art. I cannot show you guys this year's Christmas art, sadly. But yeah, so that's just like some little visuals for you guys. And I want to do some art again today. I think it should be fun. I had some art that I started that I never finished, that I never showed anybody, including the other people in the server. Oops. I could drop every piece of shareable lore art if you want. Yeah, we could. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this over so I can share this. Oh my God. Hang on. I need to open this in a way that I can show it and it won't show RDMs. Hang on. I have to zoom out. How do I zoom out? Get me out of here. Why is that 300% zoom? This is this is so cool. How do I switch over? This is, let me zoom out a tiny bit more. There you go. This is the album cover that Ollie made, and it's just fucking brilliant. She made it into an album cover. It's so fun. Oh my God. So yeah, there's that. That's fucking Sander in the Hive. That shit's so cool. I think there's quite a few pieces. If you guys are in the servers, if you are not in the server, I can go grab some of them real quick. But if you guys are ever in the server, the Discord server here, you can run into a lot of the art that I do that is shareable, like Xander, like in his characters, the Cannon Heights, because that's here. Some of Emily's art is on here, at least the shareable stuff. So like Xander and Tara, like being together, like obviously Tara's actual like character designs here, and little snippets of like us like working on the lore, like in the actual world. So if you want to keep up to date with stuff like that, you can run into all of these in here. Xander and Olive being cute. Like, it's just, there's a shit ton of it. And if you scroll all the way up, you'll find like, we got like Tara's, like, just like, we got her chilling. And also just lore, I guess. We've shared a lot of stuff on here. So if you guys ever want to look through here, you're welcome to look through here. There's a bunch of like old designs and stuff. These are the original drawings. Like the first time I ever drew these characters was this was on paper. So there is a lot. There's a lot that you can see. Reese, I'm gonna open your DMs not on stream. Hello. Oh, I was on Pinterest. I was like, what ended up showing? It was Pinterest. Let me see if I can find. Yes, Reese drawing Tara. Like, we've got, like, where is she? There we go. Reese's drawing of Tara. Like, yeah, there has been some major changes since the original doodles. This is gorgeous. But yeah, so there is, good shit, man. There's, so many good things. Art has been a good way that we've all been kind of like going through this, but I also just have like hundreds and hundreds of files. Anyways, I'm gonna stop just like sitting and talk. Well, I guess sitting and talking about it is kind of what I'm doing today. But I kind of want to do some art and maybe doodle some of my people's. Because oh my god, I can't believe the lore is actually going to happen. Let me flop over here, guys. So I don't even know where to start. How to talk about this or talk about any of this. All I know is that, like, hello, Sphinx. I should make my Hive Sona a shapeshifter because I keep on changing the silly. Yeah, you can do whatever you want, man. For those of you who don't know, you do get a character in the lore because that's how the lore kind of works, is that you are the ghosties and you are the ghosts who inhabit the hive. Let me give you guys the base rundown, I guess, while I kind of get sketched. You saw my Pinterest. I have a pose reference on my computer if you're wondering if I'm looking at it. I'm here now. Hey, Ark, welcome in. I hope you're well, mate. But yeah, so oh god, how do I even explain? So the concept of the hive, I'm just gonna give you guys the basics of it for those of you who don't know what the hive is at all and or haven't heard like the original concepts of what it's supposed to be. This song is gonna play now, I guess. Essentially, the hive is the plan of it is that there are the three main characters, myself, which there's different names. It's gonna be a little confusing as we get used to it. Xander is, you guys, oh my god, you guys can start using C and CC once you're talking about it in the Discord. I will normally assume you're talking about me if you say Xander, but if C Xander is character Xander. The other characters are a little easier. But so my character, his name is Xander. Emily, or Cyrena's character, her name is Katara or Tara. And then Ollie's character's name is Olive. So it's not character Ollie, it's character Olive and character Tara. And I'm the one idiot who shares the name. So that's just for you guys to be aware of. Just because that makes it hopefully a little easier to know who you're talking about. But so if you're talking about character Xander, yeah, Ollie does not equal Olive. Those are not the same person. It is not character Ollie. It's character Olive. That is her name. It's just they're very similar. But yeah, so if you're talking about like my character, I would prefer if you use C like Xander now, which will make it a little bit easier, which is weird to ask, but yeah, I gave it an entirely different name for a reason. Yeah. We are also not our characters the same way the Dream SMP characters are not the Dream SMP characters, despite the fact that like you guys are the ghosties in the hive and so on and so forth. Like you guys are also aware that like they're characters. Everything's characters. None of the views of my character reflect my actual personal views about anything. Do I have to start saying that? That's something. Have you noticed? I'm doing the nose pull thing because I'm nervous. I need to get it together. Get it together, man. But yeah, there's, oh, I'm like so excited. But the original concept of all of it, character Katara, raging conservative, real. Obviously not, but yes. For anybody who was like, wait, really? No, guys. The piece of all of this that I'm like, I know that people know. Like, I know not everybody knows everything about the lore yet, because we've been trying to keep most of it a secret. But from what I know, the things that everybody knows is that there is a place called the Hive. The views of my character, the rat in the walls, do not reflect my own. Whatever the opposite of kinning is, that's what I do with Olive. Anti-kinning. Hi, Alex. Welcome in. I don't know. It's so I know that what you guys know so far is that you guys know that there is a place called the Hive, and that is reminiscent of why we have the Discord labeled as the Hive, because that's supposed to be the home. When I say welcome home to you guys, it's reminiscent of the lore, because the lore is meant to be home. And that is where all of us kind of live together. It is me and Olive and Tara running this place called the Hive, also known as Sanctuary, which is something that I guess is kind of been left out of some of the reminders of this place, is that the Hive is also a place called Sanctuary. And then outside of that, it's you guys. You guys also live there with us, and it is essentially a place that we have found you guys, and there's a reason my character is called the Leader of Lost Souls. Was lore developed prior to you starting your channel? No. Actually, the lore began on the first day I ever streamed. I swear I love the lore, but every time we start talking about it, I develop fever symptoms. I'm so sorry. It genuinely does. Like, it gets me anxious. So the lore started the first day I ever streamed. I had some ideas for like my character in streaming. Originally, Xander was just supposed to be like my stream persona. Do you know what I mean? And originally my concept was that I was going to be very mobile. I was going to be like moving, like I'm moving a lot in my own like Minecraft world and kind of like making up story as I go. And the first day I ever went live, I ended up having way more viewers than I expected to. Shout out to Tyrio for collecting a bunch of fucking random people where she lived and creating a little friend group who came in and said hello to me and started up my streaming super early. Everybody say thank you, Tyrio, for starting up my streaming career with hype. It was awesome. And because I didn't believe that many people were actually going to be there, I started referring to them as ghosts. I was like, you guys are all ghosts until proven otherwise. I do not believe that you guys are real. Which is where you guys being ghosts that follow me around, these lost souls, and me being the leader of the lost souls, that's where that originated from. And then I got really excited about Minecraft bees because I'm a little bit of a loser and I love bees. And then chat started calling themselves bees, and they started joking and calling themselves ghosts, and ghost bees is what originated from that. So between the combination of me really liking bees and the chat not being real, ghost bees are how you guys are created. And then I became the leader of the lost souls, the children who don't have anywhere else to belong. That's kind of like how this channel grew, was like that reach out to like people who don't feel like they have a place to belong or feel like they don't really have anywhere that they are meant to be. And this being the home that they can come to. And that's where all of this started. So it's been a cool development from there, because while that is the story of the Hive, what you guys don't know is the story of our characters. So while there is story to the Hive, there is a story of, you know, the concept of, you know, what this place is and what it means to you guys and to all of us. A lot of this story is the story that you guys don't know. You guys know what the Hive is. You guys know who you are, but you guys don't know who we are in the lore, of course. And we have a story to tell. We have a lot of story that came before our time here. So I am really, really anxious and really, really excited to get the story out there, because we have been sitting on this for so long. Can I ask a weird question? Yeah, go crazy. Questions are more than encouraged. They are actually required. If you want to be in stream, you are legally required to ask questions. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. But yes, I desperately, if you guys have any questions of like, is this form of interaction allowed? Yes. Am I allowed to do? Yes. How can I? Yes. You want to do fan art? Draw fan art. You want to make OCs? Make OCs. Make your hive sonas within there. Why are we an orphanage? That's kind of how it works. How old are each of the characters? Xander, please, they're gonna write smut. Hard one. How old each of the characters appear? It's complicated. It's complicated. You'll learn more about that. Because the hive is a really special place. But yeah. So Tara, I believe, is the youngest. Yes, she's 19. I don't even think I have Xander's technical age written down. I believe he's 23. And then it's complicated. How old are you? Yeah, I believe Xander is 23. Ollie, do you know Olive's age? She's 25. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So there's their ages. So if the question is, are any of the characters underage? No, you shouldn't be doing anything without that anyways. Olive is the oldest. She's also the tallest. That is true. She is 7 feet. She is 7 feet canonically. The heights literally go Olive at 7 feet, and then Xander at 6'9", and then Tara. It's not actually like that, but yeah, Tara. Like it's the heights are so obnoxiously dramatic. But yeah, that is a thing. I guess since we're answering, yeah. But wait, so we're ghosts that usually look like bees, but we have our own hive personas. So ghost bees, you guys, you have 3 forms in which you can take. You can be a bee, which is a physical bee. You are a bee that flies around. You can be a ghosty, which are these little things. See these little blue balls of light? You guys can travel around like that. These little blue balls of light that exist, is kind of how I depict you guys, which is nice. But you guys are actually bees, even though you're little glowing things. You guys are legitimately bees, but you are blue and you glow. The neon ghost bees is what you guys are. Like you know what I mean? They're ghost ball events. And then you guys have what are called hive sonas. Guys, we have ghost orbs. Olive's gonna be tall so she can see everyone's bullshit. Perfect. Why are they so fucking tall? Because our characters aren't human. Tara's is the only one who is a human being. Xander is a nether being. And then because he's got those fucking nether mushroom horn looking things. And Olive is, I'm letting Ollie answer if she wants to. I'm permitting her to answer if she would like to. Gorbs. Do they need to have little bee wings or anything? No. Okay. So, there are 2. Olive is just like an elf thing. There you go. Okay. I just want to make sure she wanted to say. So the 2 forms that your ghosties can take are, so besides the ghost bee looking thing, the 2 other forms that you have is your hive sona, which is essentially perfect you. I don't mean like perfect as in like you're like skinny and tall and blonde haired and blue eyed. I mean like whatever you would physically be happiest appearing as. Like if you could physically shapeshift into anything you wanted to be, like your dream form, that is your hive sona. It is however you wish to appear, that is how you will appear, is that hive sona. And you also have the form in which I, Xander, find you. Because as the leader of Lost Souls, I bring you home. But me bringing you guys home means that I find you, not in that perfect form. I find you in the form in which you died. Because again, lost ghost bees, you guys are ghosts. You guys are, yes, you're dead. So the form in which you died, the form in which you would prefer to be, and then a little ghost bee. There are literally no requirements for your hive sona. You don't have to be anything. You just can't be like an immortal god. You guys are just ghosties. You find me as roadkill, peel me off the asphalt. Yeah, there you go. Can I be a block of cheese? Ice, if that's what brings you the most joy, then I'm not going to be the one to tell you no. I'm not going to be the one to be like, you know what? No, you can't be. You can't do that. Fuck you. You can be whatever brings you serotonin. I fully, genuinely encourage you guys to draw your Hive Sonas because I think that would be so dope if you haven't done it already, or commission your Hive Sonas, like Wicked has done. Speaking of which, technically my commissions are open if you want Hive Sonas drawn. So I'm just saying, if you want me to see what I can draw you. But you'd find me as literal shrapnel there. Perfect. I'm watching from VR right now. Very interested in what I joined to. Wait, that's so dope. Hello. Hi. That's actually really fucking cool, Cryptid. We were talking about the lore, which is a, it is a mini series. Think a mini TV show that I'll be putting out with the trailers starting tomorrow. I'm gonna make my Hive Sona now. Yes, do it. Do it. I'm beyond excited for like all of the potential that all of these things have. Like, it's just tomorrow. Yes, I know some people weren't here for the announcement. Do you guys want me to play the 30-second video again? I can play the 30-second announcement video again if you need. Do you guys need the 30 seconds of announcement again? Do you want your 30-second announcement here? I guess I feel like some people have joined since then. Incredibly excited. Yes. Here, I will. Let me announce a second time for the people who weren't here. You guys, you snoozed and you losed. Let me pause my music. Okay. Here's your announcement one more time, just because I'm nice. Here's your announcement. Don't mind that the audio, for some reason the audio cuts off on this one because I fucking downloaded it weird, but the audio is fine. But yeah, don't mind that the audio cuts off there because I edited it weird. But the Children of Aesir, those trailers begin. They begin tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so obscenely excited about this. If you guys want to follow lore, and I'm gonna tell you guys all of this right now, and I'm not gonna remind you guys super often. But is there a limit to how horror vibe I can make your Hive Sona, the one that you found me in? Nope, no limits. Trigger warning it if you draw it, but that's about it. If you are going to be drawing it and posting it in the Discord, do not draw explicit forms of self-outing, if you know what I mean. Specifically because we don't allow that kind of art on the Discord for mental health reasons. But besides that, go crazy. Go nuts, show nuts, do whatever makes you happy. But here's my quick PSA. If you want to be involved in every piece of the lore, all of it, if you want to see 100% of it and not miss a thing, ! Socials, you're going to want to be on a couple things. My Tumblr, you're going to find shit there. My Instagram, not my Instagram. It's not mine. There is an Instagram specifically for the Hive. There is a TikTok specifically for the Hive. You guys are going to want to go find those. I actually don't think those are linked. You might just straight up have to go find them. Otherwise, I can go and link them in the Discord at a certain point. But I want to make it clear that you guys are going to want to do a little bit of work. There's going to be a little bit of effort that you want to go into. Keep your eyes on everything. I'm not just going to hand all of it to you. I'm going to hand you what you need to get the story. But if you want all of it, there'll be little tasty bits and pieces around there that I think we would benefit from. So, anyways, and yes, the Hive Sonas, Emily did clear that up. The Hive Sonas will not be canonized physically in the visuals because obviously we can't take your guys' Hive Sona designs and put them in our actual like video stuff. But yes, they are canon with you, to you, all the fun shit. ARG style, maybe. Not allowed on Tumblr, I'm so sorry. most of the stuff, if you can find it on one place, you can find it in the others. Between my Tumblr, the Instagram, the TikTok, you should be able to find everything. I've considered doing it on Twitter again, but I'm gonna be honest, I fucking hate Twitter, and I'd really rather not have to get back on that app. So, but if you guys do make anything, here's my request of you. This is gonna be Xander being greedy little grubby little bastard. I'm gonna make a little request of you guys. If you post things and are willing to post them publicly, like if you're willing to put them up on Instagram, on Tumblr, on Twitter, wherever you go, hashtag almost Xander, so I can find all of your guys' stuff, and hashtag Children of Aesir. That is how I will find and interact with all of your stuff. Genuinely, that is going to be, if you're like, man, how do I support the lore? How do I support Xander? How do I, whatever you want to do? I don't have money. I can't support. That is how you do it. Make art or post theories and post them with those hashtags and spread the news. Spread the good word. That's going to be how. Too much NSFW. The person said we can't use Tumblr. Listen, Tumblr is a no man's ground. You can do just about anything there. Not actually anymore, but admittedly, that website is also a nightmare. But that is definitely it's a hell of a website. Deep. This is me trying to figure out how to draw fucking arms today, because I don't know what I'm doing. This is not what arms look like, but it's fine. Anyways, Hive Theory, yes. My schoolwork, Xander, I can't do this. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. But yeah, I was away for a sec. What are you drawing? I'm gonna try and do some like a doodle of like the fucking the lore characters is what I'm kind of attempting here. We'll see how actually drawing today goes, because I'm a little bit in struggle bus territory with my art recently. Oh, I have some art. Do you guys want some art, actually? I know it's not lore related. I know I'm working on lore stuff specifically right now. But for those of you who know, I have multiple projects going at the same time, and I am also writing a book. I finished some art for the book. Do you guys know the book I'm writing, Lamb of Gods, with Azazel and Zadkiel and all of those fun little friends? I've got Azazel art. I finally finished art for him. If you want to see what official art looks like for him, feed. I can feed. Let me grab the Azazel art. I finished some Azazel art here. Where is it? There it is. Ready? I'm so excited about this. Bonk! Welcome to the first official piece of Azazel art. So, that is the first official piece of Azazel art. That's my boy! That's my boy! Ah! Yeah, so, I'm really proud. I'm really excited to have him. I worked really stupid hard on this goddamn drawing. He's my baby. This is my baby. This is my baby I've been working so hard on for fucking months. So, yeah, huge fan of him. Anyways, stay tuned. I'm writing a book. I'll publish that someday, but not now. Hoping to publish that this year. But like, oh, look at this boy. Also, I'll post it in the Discord later. But for anybody who likes to do fan art because they like the way that my characters look, first of all, I'm a huge fucking thank you to all the people who want to do that kind of shit, because that's crazy. The fact that I have fan art of OCs of a book I haven't even published yet is obscene, and you guys are amazing. But I have this for all of the people who would like to do that. This is the full outfit that is a part of that there. But yeah, so this is like an actual character sheet of Azazel. So you'll be able to do art of him if you are desperately in desire of something like that. Yeah, that's my pretty boy. My pretty boy. So that people can play around with him. Xander, Jesus, yeah. So, huge fan of all these designs. I like me some art. I've been pretty my boy. Anyways. And of course, obviously, if you want to draw his boyfriend, Zadkill's also here. So he's neat, but honestly, I'd rather be fucking dead than draw his tattoos. Me too. Drawing these is a fucking nightmare. I hate them and I don't enjoy it. But I do it because I love him. And that's all I have to offer. So I just dragged my browser with me to the kitchen so I could keep watching while I fill up my water. That's the way to do it. But yeah, I would rather fucking go bridge jumping than draw his goddamn tattoos again, because Christ, he is a fucking nightmare to draw sometimes. I have not even much of a theory, but more of a throw shit at the wall type of deal. I just have a feeling that there are like tainted variants of the main characters, basically forms where they dealt with trauma in one of the worst ways possible. Interesting. Is this hive lore? Hive theory lore? Interesting. Okay. Tainted variants of the main characters is a really cool fucking theory. I like that theory. I'll be really excited to see as we start to kind of shell out some information what you guys figure out. Because there is the next 2 months of content is not, God, I hate to say this. I hate to tell this to you. It's exciting that we have like an actual day, like tomorrow you are getting official actual like lore piece, but when I say like the next 2 months are not episode 1, I hate to tell you that, but there's a lot of information and content we have to get you guys before we get you the true episode 1. And I'll talk with the other characters, the other creators here later tonight about when we would like to let you know exactly when when the official like final pieces are coming out. But yeah, we'll see what I end up spilling when I end up spilling the beans, because there are beans to spill. So we'll see. I'm very excited and very nervous about all of it. I need to like move this whole thing. First off, I need to like do this. There we go. I feel like that's more correct here. I also feel like I did not do this like angle properly. Do this. Sorry, I'm futzing around with my doodling, because that's just not the right angle of which to draw a back. Hello, can I ask if an idea for Hivesona works with the lore? Yeah, so you can ask. I will clarify here. Your Hivesona ideas, as long as they are like semi-reasonable, there's almost no idea that you can't go with. We are in a fantasy world, so you can kind of go crazy in terms of like what where your Hivesona comes from. Like there's not a lot of like constituents on like, no, that's too crazy, you can't do that. Like it's fairly open for the most part as to like, if this is your character's story, like that's your character's story, go crazy. So that is just not what legs look like. That is just simply not what legs look like. I'm really struggling with a leg right now, because like the hip would be here, so it actually would be like that, I guess. Like that? Is that how fucking legs work? I don't know. We'll go with something like that, I think. Anyways, yeah. I just spilled water on ourselves. The stream is too good, my apologies. Demon Wolf Hybrid Prince who was thrown out at age 5. Okay, so maybe we have some constraints. Maybe Demon Wolf Hybrid Prince is the constraint. I will say, if you want to, and this is not a requirement, why would that not work? Yeah, I mean, I guess you can kind of technically do whatever. But if you want to keep it technically in mind, and this isn't a requirement, because obviously even our characters don't follow this entirely, is that like this world has like, oh no, not Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. No, she's here. My name is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie, says the opening lines of My Immortal. I want my Hubsona to be wearing a plague mask, because his face is still all horror looking, because it's the same as when he died, even after Xander finds him and he goes to the hive. Is it okay for me to mix the two forms? If you would like, yeah, you are welcome to do that, because at the end of the day, the hive Sona is whatever you want it to be. Genuinely. So if your hive Sona would be happiest keeping that face because it, you know, whatever it is, if it reminds you of that, or if it just feels comfortable keeping it, whatever it is, like, you can do whatever makes you happy. If your character would just be most happy just having a plague mask, that's what they can do. Give them a plague mask. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a lot of hard rules on it. My hive Sona is a roadkill rat. Can you at least be a living rat? Oh god. The hive Sonas just keep devolving. A very flat one. Reese is alive, but not 3-dimensional. Reese is a 2-dimensional rat. This is gonna be where I'm gonna have to figure out where exactly I want to push myself here. Here's something I'm gonna promise that I know that I struggle with a little bit, and other servers and other creators have struggled with. And I'm going to do my best to be really strict about this one, specifically for myself and for other people's sakes here. This is not for other people. This is for me. Paper Mario style. Yeah. Oh God. There's things being talked about. Let's not talk too much about how it all works. But we mentioned that a hot minute ago. See, I was not aware of that, but okay. I'm not gonna explain shit. Yeah, that's preferable. I didn't know what we had talked about. My episode is a little robo guy. Source, trust me. Just go with it. Yeah, don't ask too many questions. All will be revealed in time. God damn it, we're making theories. All right, everybody. Here's my little promise here. Okay. 'Twas not. My little promise here is more for myself than for anybody else, but I know personally, and I hate to here's one thing. I am not going to continuously compare us to the Dream SMP, because we are very much not the Dream SMP, but I definitely am going to compare it to is like the fan base and how the fan base works, and also how like the interaction works with characters and all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like all of these little pieces, this is what I'm gonna promise. I'm in the way that I was really, yeah, no, don't compare us to the Dream SMP, like contextually. I'm just comparing it in the best way that I can compare a form of media like this. But something that bothered me a lot during the Dream SMP era is that it felt like even the creators kind of cringed at what they were doing. Specifically, a lot of the Dream team seemed to like be embarrassed when people got really into and really deep into the lore and like really like focused on it, or like really like took it really seriously or whatever, and they'd be like, bro, guys, it's just Minecraft, like it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna be doing that. That's a promise that is mostly for my own fucking mind's sake, but also for all of you guys, so that you guys are not like feeling cringe, because that's how I felt with the character, like when the creators were talking like that. You are not cringe if you take this seriously or get emotionally invested in this. I will not be lampposting myself at all. I will not. I take this lore beyond seriously, and there are pieces of it that are fun to joke about, and it's fun to like make lighthearted jokes and like, you know, like have like funny bits and all of that. But something I have been like super nervous about is people just like getting invested and then people being like, guys, it's just a fucking story, and then turning all of the like the theories into jokes and shit is something that I'm going to not partake in. Because for the people who do want to take this like genuinely really seriously, go fucking crazy. I want you to take this seriously. I want you to have serious theories. I want this to be an emotional investment for you. Like, I want this to be something you can fucking fixate in on like you haven't fixated since the Dream SMP, because that's what it's been for me, and it's been such a good fucking place to disappear into, and I want to give that to you. I want to give you something to brain rot your theories into the way that the Dream SMP did that for me. That's why I want to take it like semi-seriously. So I'm going to do my best to take it as seriously as anybody else is taking it, and you know, all of that fun shit. That's my little schnib. It's just, I don't want anybody feeling like this is cringe. It's not cringe. I'm so excited. If I get excited about character Xander and Xander DMs me and calls me cringe, I'll pass away. Cringe of Wicked, how dare you like our story? Did somebody say cringe? God damn it. But yeah, this is not what a foot looks like. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. It's not like a major thing. Like, it's not like something I'm gonna enforce in other people either. If other people want to like laugh and joke about the lore, like that is so deeply allowed. Like, I do not care. It's just for my sake, so that for the sake of people who are like me, I'm gonna be taking this shit seriously, because this fucking lore means so much to me that it's like not even funny. And I know, even though my other two fucking co-creators here will also make a shit ton of jokes about it, because that's what we do, this shit means the world to all of us. You can't even question that. Will any other mods like Reese, Wicked, Tyrio, Oblivion, etc. have official characters in the lore at some point? Likely not, since we already have the story written. The story is already written. It's already created through the entire miniseries. I don't believe that we are going to create specific characters to be added into in terms of like adding the other mods in. But how do you feel about ships like TNT Duo? So TNT Duo being... Isn't TNT Duo Quackity and Wilbur? Or is that Sand Duo? Which duo is TNT Duo? Unless it is Quackity and Wilbur. Because that, if you're asking about Quackity and Wilbur, that is a very specific type of ship, and I'm not sure anybody is comfortable with that. I would have to reach out to my yeah, it is Q and Will, to the other people in the server, but from what I understand, none of us are interested in being sexually shipped with each other for any reasons. Two of our characters are in a canonical relationship, so that is different, but it still shouldn't be talked about sexually. From what I understand, having talked to talking to Emily and Ollie, and just in general, like, there should not be any sexual shipping between anybody. BFF shipping is, I mean, like, platonic shipping, I don't even know if that's shipping, squishing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that is a fine. But yeah, Tara is... all our characters are all asexual. That we are not involving sex in the lore, or our characters being sexual in any way. That is a whole other thing. Tara is a non-sexual character altogether. Xander and Olive are married, but that is not something that is in there. Yeah, unironically. So that's just kind of the touch base for that. There should be no sexual plot points about any of that. Wallrat, homosexual, perfect. Sex off screen /J. Yeah, we've all talked about this like explicitly, that like I can't fathom any of our characters being sexual, like, at all. And like Ollie said, Xander and Olive are highly romantic, but I can't even fathom the two that are married being like sexually involved. That just feels weird. Like, it's just like, we just like straight up don't think about that like at all in our characters. So I always thought it would be funny if someone did decide to write some up, but I will never encourage it. I will say I don't give a fuck, but that's for my character and does not give you permission to write about my coworkers or co-streamers or co-creators, their characters that way. If you want to write smut about character Xander, I guess I don't fucking care. I think it's funny. I don't really care as long as you're not writing anything fucking insane. I didn't mean to say co-workers. I meant co-creators. I'm sorry. I'd be low-key so uncomfortable, but it'd be hilarious. Yeah, you need to get express consent from the other two if you're going to involve if you're going to involve either of them, you need to consent with them. I don't care what gets written about my character and my character alone specifically. I guess actually, you know what? I do have one rule. I have one boundary I'm going to put down, and that's do not ship me or my character with fans like you or Hive Sonas or anything like that. Don't do that. That's gross. That's fucking weird. Smut only if it's funny /J. There you go. What the fuck did I join to? We're talking about boundaries. Yeah, it's like that's my boundary. Yeah, we're talking about boundaries for the lore characters essentially. So that's kind of where that's kind of where my brain goes with it, is like that's like my general boundary. How did I do this so wrong in terms of getting these layers all in the wrong spot? God damn it. I need to fucking draw properly for once. Okay. I just needed to I was trying to thicken the lines on my character and it just fucking did not happen properly. Okay. Gonna ship character Xander with Gerard Way. Do it. I would be okay with that. That's funny. That's funny. I would be 100% comfortable with that because I think that's hilarious. Parasocialing too close to the sun, but you're just in the sun at this point. Thou art Ash. Your father, not daddy. Thank you. Loki, that is fucking wild. That is wild to say out loud, but that is such a good line to draw. I am father and not daddy. That's fucking weird. So, that is, yeah. Hi, Dad, having dinner? Hey, Noemi, hope you're having well. Sorry you walked in on this. Which do you, oh yeah, okay. So now that I've drawn the doodles, what characters do you guys think I'm drawing in each position? Because I have a plan already, but who do you think is getting drawn where is the real question. If we did characters 1, 2, and 3, who is 1, 2, and 3? I want to know what you guys think in terms of posing. Those of you who play the characters don't get to answer. Depending on what series they come from. The series is my lore, for those of you who don't know. Character Xander, character Tara, and character Olive. You guys don't know a whole lot about them yet, but that is our 3 characters. But yeah, those are the people that we don't know yet. You guys are going to get to know them, but just off of what you know. But gotta go later, Ark. I think my balls are finally growing in, or I'm overly tired and don't give a fuck. Also an option. But Xander's laying down, Olive is sitting up, and Tara is crouched, says Abby. Okay. Me and my IRL friends have all decided that we're gonna have a massive group sleepover and watch the lore for this the second it comes out. You don't get it. This is a plan that's been a thing for 2 years. Xan 2, Tara 3, Olive 3 question mark. Tara and Olive are both this one. They're both 3. 3 is Tara, 2 is Olive, 1 is Xander. Xan 2, I don't know the other 2. Olive is 1. Okay, you mean Olive is 1. We have fused. You guys have fused into a single character, and then there's just an actual like skeleton on the other side. I like that everybody has kind of Ollie Tara, yeah. I've been demoted a second time. Tara is the one on the ground, Xander is the one crouching like a boss, and Tara is the one leaning like a boss. Oh wait, the one on the ground is Xander, the one crouching like a boss is Tara, and the one leaning is Olive. That's my guess. Okay, cool. Pretty much everybody has gotten it right, which is fun. That is cool that for the most part we've gotten our vibes across well enough that you guys can kind of pick up on the fact that this is Xander, this is Tara, and this is Olive. Ollie? You mean Olive? You are, yeah, people are going to correct really hard. People are going to correct really harshly. Olive, not Ollie. Immediate correction. Ollie just corrected you with a hammer. She just came in swinging with an axe. Tara doing the Tism squad. So good guesses, everybody. I'm actually really glad that like we've gotten our character points across well enough that you can kind of get that at least. I'm not even upset. I just want people to get in the habit. Yeah, it is Olive, and not Ollie the person. My Tism's been throwing special interests at me. I love that. The knees are gonna die. All right, now I have to fucking, let's just squash those three together. And then, womp. Does anybody else do this? I have a habit of when I'm like done with like my base sketch, I will just take the whole thing. Normally I'll do it in the other color, but I'll just, whoop, oh, nope, not what I meant. Just so it's easier to draw over. Normally I'll just remember to draw in that color, but I just have not been. But I'll live, yeah. All live. Not all Lee. Exactly, there you go. I sketch in color. Yeah, I tend to normally sketch in that like brown color, but I just did not think. Watching Silly Gay Monkey Show and appreciating the art because Dan, the backgrounds are great. I love that. I like all live and not all Lee. That's the way to remember. I want more Olive art, but I need help in figuring out what I want. I did my Olive art for the most recent. I'm happy to do more, but I feel like you probably are going to seek out the others. We have a lot of people who can do art for you. I don't sketch and just jump into the line art. I can't do that. I know some people who do, but I just could not. I'm sorry, I just could have sworn Ollie didn't like being called Olive, so I keep forgetting her character is Olive. Yeah, so Ollie does not get called Olive, and Olive does not get called Ollie because they're two different characters. They're two different human beings. So it's a complicated one. Base of green with purple for hair and animal parts if applicable and red for clothes. That's wild, Sunset. That's crazy. Ollie is the person, not Olive. Olive is the character, not Ollie. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ollie will pretend to get mad, but she will not be human. One ain't even human. Two of these characters are not human. Straight to the line art is the balls to walls approach to life. Real. Oh. My dwarf song is on. Our dwarf music is here. I have the urge to draw dynamic hands. Do it. The autistic croucher is the only human. Yep, there you go. Diggy hole is here. Olive is mother of the hive, and Ollie is the deadbeat mod who never shows up to stream. Okay, well, that feels a little dramatic here. Oh god, okay, I have to actually figure out how to draw. I've just realized. Oh god. Yeah, I also have done that, sketching with the main color of the character you draw. Like, I have like this, hang on, let me switch over to this. If the music's too loud, let me know. I just turned it up because I know everyone likes this song. I would sketch like this sometimes. Like this. Where like the plan is done in the color of the person who's going to be drawn. So like that's its own thing. But yeah, I do everything a little differently. But Silly Lego Show is going to infect my art style with the small little details. I'm a slut for little details. I don't know if you guys saw the Kane and Sawyer art that I did for my OCs that don't exist. But I'm a slut for like tiny little details. So like I did this for anybody who doesn't know. These are my characters, Kane and Sawyer. They don't exist yet. I haven't even written anything about them. I'm just really a fan of them. And they're just OCs that I have that don't exist. But like, just like little like belt buckle designs or little fucking like the little embers on the end of a cigarette, like that glow, and just like, yeah, yeah, like just like even like just like little shit like that, like it just, yeah, or just like the cracks and like the moss in the windows. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of my idiots. So, Dad, I set the water on fire. That is unfortunate. Maybe put it out with something other than water. But yeah, so anyways, there's some art that I do. I want to draw Katara and Olive fan art as a duo. Can I get an explanation of their dynamic together, like how Olive and Xander are married? Yeah, Olive dunks on Tara. They are slow friends, if I could say it that way. They are, it's not fast friends. It's not like they meet and they're immediately like connected. But they like, yeah, that's a really good way to put it, Ollie. That's semi-awkward sisterhood. The height difference is wild, by the way. The height difference between these fuckers is insane. I can get you references for Olive. Hang on. I can get you Olive references. If you need character references, if you can access it, go to the Discord and go to the lore channel. All of the references are in there. I think I have some Olive art sitting around here somewhere. Actually, I don't even know if I have any flat drawn references of her. I might go grab Emily's. She has a lot of, yeah, she has a shit ton of pickers. Ollie, you should really post your pickers in the Discord if you haven't yet. If you head to hashtag lore, the lore channel, boop. This is Olive. This is character Olive. I've posted them so many times. I mean, post them in the lore channel. Ollie giving a layup and dunking on Tara. I mean, post them in the lore channel so people can see them. Yeah, Ollie is not an artist, so making pickers is the closest she has to creating her own personal references. But this is an Emily drawn reference. Let me see which other ones I have here. I meant to switch over to my face. And I'm all over the place. I keep opening different tabs and not knowing where I am. Olive is pretty snake lady. I can post some of the pics from her Pinterest. Yeah, Ollie can post some Pinterest pictures. That's a really good way to do it. I was trying to get the other... Where's the other one I have of Olive? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, go to hashtag lore and you'll find them. But we can post them in the lore. I hate bringing my attention to myself in the lore channel. If you don't do... Post it in the lore channel. If you don't do it, I will. Anyways. Okay. Any hoodles. That's, yeah, there's references that we can get you guys. Lore is the place to post it. I know you don't like bringing attention yourself to the lore channel, but the point is, it is lore, and you are a third of that. Would I be trying to draw them as kind of awkward together? There is a little bit of that, like, awkward distance to some degree, but they also are, there is like a slow grown friendship there where they do really care about each other. Yeah, cute, but maybe hesitant. But you could also just draw them cute together if you want to. Tentative, but sweet. Yeah, they're still friends. Hesitant, but sweet. Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. It is really cute. I have realized accidentally that the relationship does not reflect Emily and I's. Enemies to lovers? Yeah. Okay, there, yep, there we go. I've realized I have to draw Xander with the impossible fucking face position that I've drawn him in. And also that I have to draw him and he has horns. And god damn it. So like, it's gonna, I'm gonna have to do like the nose. Like, god, oh, this is gonna blow. So this would be a nose, this would be a mouth. This would be like the jaw. Oh god, I actually don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know how to draw heads in this position. I'm gonna have to get a fucking reference. They're fist fighting, yeah, there you go. Wait. I want to draw them just absolutely bullying the shit out of each other. Yeah, just straight fist fighting. That'd be too lore accurate. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to draw, because this would be his eyes then. Oh god, I'm gonna have to get a reference for this because I do not know how to draw from this position. Because then these are the horns. The horns would be like here, and then like here, and that would go like back that way. I might straight up have to get a fucking reference for this. Because I genuinely do not know how to draw a head from this position. So I'm gonna have to fucking wait a second to figure out how the fuck to draw a head in that pose. So I'm like, it would be like jaw, and then like ear, maybe, I don't know, like that. I'll have to do some fucking around because that looks a little goofy, but well, I mean, it's not horrible. We'll see. We'll see. I might start with the other two idiots while I figure out how the fuck to draw Xander's dumbass. But anywho, it's anybody else while I'm dipping around. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, we'll work with it. It feels, I think it's too small. I think I've realized. Like it would be closer to like that maybe. I don't know. Anyway, drawing from this angle is gonna be fucking horrid. Drawing everybody is hard for me. Drawing in general sucks. I also have to soften out Ollie or Olive. Sorry, Ollie. I did not mean you. Genuinely, I'm going to start making the mistake now because now I'm overthinking it, and I've never made the mistake. As in, I make the mistake constantly. Cancelled. God damn it. Drawing makes me want to throw things. Same. I guess that's kind of all I have to say in terms of like things I need to announce for it. If anybody has like questions that they want answered, feel free. Otherwise, I guess the first trailer drops tomorrow. I'm gonna drop the trailers in terms of the actual like where they're getting released. So actually, let me talk about this for a second, so that way I can make this semi-clear. The actual lore, the actual episodes of the lore when they come out will be streamed here on Twitch first. We will stream them here, and then they will be uploaded on my YouTube right after. My main YouTube. That is where they'll go. So it'll go from being streamed here to posted live on YouTube. So that's the best way you're gonna find those. The best way to see them is to see them here with me live while they're happening. But if you can't see them here, or you want to watch them a million times afterwards, which is expected, because I said so, that's where you'll find them all on the YouTube. But in terms of the trailers, since the trailers are not full posted videos that are stream length, they're not getting streamed here. I may show them on stream, but they are going to be on my YouTube channel, the Almost Standard YouTube channel, and they're going to be on TikTok. I'm not going to live stream them. I'm considering about maybe posting them or showing them on stream at some point. But I genuinely, it would be more helpful to have them posted, like to be viewed on my YouTube, which is why I'm hesitant to also show them here. I'd rather just link you guys over to them, if that makes sense. Because if you guys want to help this lore or blow this lore up or the channel or any of that shit, that's how it's going to be doing it, is go and watch it. But yeah, I want to draw a treehouse, not the hive, but another one, but I don't know how to tree. Tree is shape, right? It's going to be like a triangle, and then up. And then from the main base, you're going to have like chunks of tree that come out. So you could be like, this is a bough, which is like a branch. And there's going to be another branch over here. And they each like connect on. There'll be a couple like main ones or whatever that come off of there. And then in terms of like getting the actual shape of a tree, it's just lumpy. Don't do circles. Just do like little like bumpy lumps like this, where it's just kind of like, ooh, do. And then like obviously each of these branches would be cut off by like a section of tree that kind of comes down and covers up the rest of it. Because like you'll see these like disappear up into them. So that'll kind of get there. but so then, yeah, you'll have these, and then these down here become roots. So like you'll have like a couple that kind of come off in different directions. They kind of like squiggle around a little bit. You don't have to be super detailed about these. Maybe you can see some back here or whatever. But yeah, so then each of these branches kind of come up, and then if you want, you can add like little semi branches that kind of come off of them, as long as they kind of have their own like tree shape that's going on. You might want to put like some extra like bumps in here to show like some texture, and some like distance or whatever. But for the most part, that's kind of how you get a tree down. That's like a little quick tree sketch. You don't have to worry too much about texturing it. But yeah, hopefully that made sense. Does this make sense? That's a weird ass looking tree. He's not perfect, but he's definitely a tree. Just don't draw any rectangles and don't draw any circles, because neither of those things exist in trees. If you start off with a rectangle and a circle, or even a fucking bush top, you're gonna be in a bad place. Also remember that your trees are like they're circular. They have like they wrap around. So like just be conscious of that, I guess. But hopefully that I don't know. Minecraft tree, yeah, where you're just like bump 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 tree. Trees are like hair, bad. Trees are not too bad once you learn how to draw them. It's that human beings struggle with symbolism, and I don't mean symbolism as in mean like writing about flowers and meaning it means something else. I mean symbolism as like when we're human beings, we have a huge fascination with the way that we interpret and like perceive like art and stuff. And one of the things that humans tend to do is that we create symbols in our head when we learn how to draw, especially when you're really, really young. Like when you are like first like learning how to create art, like 90% of, I can't even say that. 100% of children start with symbolism, because that is how our brains interpret and learn. Like this is like child psychology. You can go like Google it and like learn about all of this shit and all of that fun stuff, because it is actually a really cool science. But the science that comes with it has a lot of like explanations that I won't try to like 100% dive into right now, because there's a lot to it. But essentially, like when you draw an eyeball, when you make the process of going from a child to an artist, because there is that gap, that's where most people stop liking art. Because there comes a certain point where you can look at a symbol that you're drawing that you know this is what a thing is supposed to look like, and then I draw that symbol, and then you recognize it doesn't look like real life. Normally that hits when kids are drawing eyes like this, where they draw the football, and then they draw this, and then they are doing these, like they've got like this. That is a symbol of an eye, right? No eyeball looks like that, but kids draw them. Normally you start off with even just like this, right? And then you make that jump over to being like, no, this is how it's shaped. And you create this symbol of what an eyeball looks like and what it like means to draw an eyeball. And normally the struggle for kids to make that gap from symbolism, child drawing to art is that they think to make it look more like real life, you have to add more details. And so you end up with the kids who draw their eyes like this, and they're like, okay, here's the tear duct. And then, you know, we've got like the eyeball here, and then we have your pupil, and then you have to do all of the details, and here's the little shine, and here's the pupils, and then you've got this, and then I have to do all of these, you know, and then like these. Oh, hang on, I'm going the wrong direction, aren't I? These go out, and then like that, and that's how they draw his eyes, right? That's where they make that jump from like, okay, now it's not a symbol, right? Now I'm drawing a real eye because it's realistic. And they just keep pushing realism and realism and realism, and then they're like, yeah, we have to, if we had shading, it'll look more realistic, and wait, add shading here.
Big on good morning gamers, smile less than 3.
Good morning gamer. Like all of this shit, right? Now we've really got an eyeball, like, cause now this is realism. This is what eyeballs look like. Add more tear duct details. You know what? Add veins. Veins are realistic. Now we're really fucking getting into it, right? There you go. Boom. Like that's where all of this, like, this is that like jump. And most people can't make that jump. For stream, I'm getting roasted for my art. No, I swear I'm not roasting you. This is like the natural, like, how do I explain? This is like this is naturally how people make the jump from drawing what they think they're meant to see to drawing what they're seeing, right? I promise I don't mean it anyway. Also, by the way, hi, thank you for saying hello, that it's your first stream. Welcome home. I'm glad you found your way here. Not the line between the lips, please. God, those drawings. But kids are taught that hyperrealism is the way to go, and so the way to make your art better is to add more realistic details. Just keep adding realistic details. You have to draw every single strand of hair, or it's bad art. And that's just not how art works. But art teachers fucking hate stylizing, and so they just push and push and push for realism. And a lot of people will end up dropping out of doing art altogether because they can't make the jump from symbolism to art without getting through that realism to stylization. I was a Jade animation kid, I never did realism. Yeah, sometimes people are able to make that jump themselves if they're interested in art outside of being required to do it for school, because they will naturally take on symbolism because they see other people's art and go, that's cool and I like that and I want to do that, and they'll make that jump themselves. Any of us who were victims of Mark Crilly? Me too, man. I wanted to be Mark Crilly so bad growing up. I was like, I want to make art like him, like, as you know. But that's where you start to learn that, like, when people say draw a tree, kids draw this, or sometimes they draw this, right? Those little kids will draw this, or even this will be their tree, because they understand that there is a stick that holds it up and there are leaves up here that do it, right? And from there, you'll end up with kids who do this and like, okay, wait, 3-dimensional space. Now we're going somewhere. It's not a line, it's a 3-dimensional shape, right? And you'll start seeing kids who want to be artistic, right? This is going to call out some of you guys if you guys do art. If you find drawings of you from like 2nd to 3rd grade and you liked art all the way back then, you will start seeing the kids whose trees look like this, right? And they've got the fluff, and they've got the owl hole, you know, the apples, right? Maybe you've got a couple of tree branches. Maybe you've got the one tree branch that sticks out and there's a bird sitting on it. These were the kids who wanted to be artists. These were the kids who were like, the more details I add, the more it starts to look like art. And this is how you can start spotting those artists in your kids. Like, that is like... This feels like the Apple diagram for aphantasia. It's more of just art development in child psychology. It's something I studied back in my 2nd or 3rd year of college, was child psychology through visual design. It was really fun. But yeah, these are going to be the kids who start branching out and realizing that they can make things look cool. And then you'll have the kids who are trying to make the jump and will sometimes start doing tree roots, but when they get to the top now, I was one of these kids who struggled with more details meant better drawing, and so we would start doing this. And this was the worst part of being an artist, was like, okay, I have to draw a tree. I have to draw every single one of these leaves. I have to keep drawing it. I have to draw every leaf, all of it, please. Like, this was agonizing. And then we would draw our owl holes, and now, okay, we know that wood has lines. So now I have to draw all of the wood grain in my tree for the tree bark. And this is where I would start, like, art started getting tedious, where I was like, I have to draw all of these details to make it a good drawing, and I didn't have enough leaves, and now I have more. Like, this is where it was like, okay, now it's getting exhausting, right? The fucking wood grain and every individual leaf and all of that, right? That's where it would start getting insane, okay? But where you can finally start to make the jump, right? Poor younger us for all of these things, right? Where you can start making the jump is when you start looking at real life. Because if you see all of these, right, these are developments of things that we look at all of these things, right? I can look at every one of these drawings and I know damn well that they're drawing a tree, right? Every one of these is a tree. Hang on. Let me copy and paste this onto their own goddamn layer so I can fucking stop drawing on the same layer I'm doing everything else on. I apologize. Okay, get all of these out of here. Okay. Where you make the jump, if you are still struggling with shit like this is where it all changes for you. These things that we're seeing, all of the things that we're seeing on here are symbols of trees, right? None of these are a tree. Not a single one of these, no matter how much detail, no matter if I started going crazy like I had and making sure that I draw every one of them to look like a leaf or make it, you know, like an oak leaf or whatever it is. Okay. I'm going to add oak leaves to every one of these, and I'm going to draw my apples, and I'm going to draw some leaves on the ground because that's how I can make it clear that it's, and then I have to draw the tufts of grass, you know, if I draw grass tufts, now, and these are what apples look like, and I have to draw the little leaf on the apple too, and the shine that we were all taught, you know, draw the shine on there. Where's the apple leaf, you know, and I'll draw fucking whatever, you know, like maybe, maybe I'll fucking start hollowing this out and drawing that there's a fucking owl in here, and now there's fucking double whatever the fuck, and like, you know, like, I can add as much detail as humanly possible to this thing. And the reality is, this isn't a tree. It's a symbol of a tree. My brain reads it as a tree. I totally understand that I'm representing what a tree is supposed to look like. But the jump you have to make is if I go on Google and I just Google the word tree, okay? I'm just going to Google the word tree. First image that pops up, just for reference so I can show you guys what I'm looking at here. Literally just Googled the word tree. I clicked on the first thing that popped up right there, right? Okay. Now, when you're going to learn how to draw a tree, don't look at drawings of trees. Don't look at the symbol of a tree. Don't look at what a tree is supposed to look like. I'm just staring at an image of what a tree is. And as goofy as it is, it genuinely helps if you blur your eyes a little bit. Like, stare at the tree and blur it out a little bit and start to draw what you think. Start drawing not what you think a tree is supposed to look like, starting with your trunk and everything, but drawing genuinely what you visually see when looking at a tree. So when I'm looking at this tree, this one goes a little bit down to the left, and then it goes over here. It does not have a crazy amount of roots visible. It's just got this like grass patch that it's sitting in, right? Okay. I have it go up. I'm gonna bring this down so I have enough room, because I'm a big drawer. I have a tendency to take up the page. This one goes up. It's got a little bit of a bump that shows behind it, because trees aren't naturally shaped. This one's got a little bit of a lump there, and then it goes out and then in. Off of here, this is where a branch goes up, and then this one, the branch goes up like this, kind of goes bump, bump, bump. Hello! Thank you for the raid! Welcome in. Hello, Mia. Oh, my eyes just went blurry. Miyaku? Thank you for the raid. I hope you're doing well. I hope your stream was fun. I apologize if I don't know how to pronounce your name because I'm dumb. I'm drawing a tree right now, I guess. But yeah. Let's give me that tree from that one book. No, actually, you're right. Genuinely. Thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went well. But yeah, so this would be like, I'm drawing like just what I see, right? Just like little, like I see like little branches in this kind of design. Okay. And then from here, I have to move all of my trees over real quick because I'm like I said, I'm a big drawer. Move those over here. Okay. I'm looking at just shapes. There is a shape of leaves like right there. There's another shape of leaves like that looks like this. And then this one kind of comes down. And this one's shaped like that. And then womp, 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 move this over. I have a shape that I can see behind here. That this one kind of hangs down a little. And then it kind of sticks out. And then this one goes down and it kind of covers this up. And then it goes up. And this is kind of what this shape looks like. And then this shape kind of has the top and then it bumps down like this. And it's just like you start to build up like what the shape of a tree actually is instead of what you think you're seeing. And this one actually, I have a little bit of a branch that sticks out over here. And then it goes down. You know? And it's like, this is where you start drawing like what trees actually look like. And then as you're able to learn and study, like, okay, here's like actually what it looks like. Here's like the realism piece to it, because that is what you're learning, is like realism. Once you can do that, you can simplify it, right? So let me get this guy out of here. Once you can do, this is realistically what a tree looks like, you can start to learn to simplify on your own and not have to look at an actual example of it to go, okay, so a tree goes from some kind of like rooty system down here to an abnormal shape up here, kind of maybe branches off in a couple of different places, you know, goes in a couple directions, and then give it a little bit of definition, right? That's kind of all you need to be able to do. Give some definition on the underside, simplify some of your shapes, understand that it's not always going to be a perfect circle. Actually, in most cases, it's going to not be a perfect circle. And then simplify all of your shapes down into something that you can visually read. And that's literally all it takes to start drawing like things that look like trees instead of things that are supposed to look like trees. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where you start to do like sketch art that looks like sketched art. Like it looks good even when it's low effort. Because this took me 10 seconds and this took me 5 minutes, and we know this looks better. Once you can make the jump from symbolism to drawing real life, that's how you improve sketching. That's the reference. Anyway, it's quite alright. Most people don't know how to pronounce it. It's looking good so far. Thank you. We're just talking about the psychology of art and all that fun stuff. Honestly, loving this. You're explaining it well. Thank you. Emma's right. By default, it's out and unstyled. Yeah. If you do variants for design, I like her in buns of that half up, half down style. That's cute. I love this. They're so fun to draw. I'm glad you guys are having fun doing art. But yeah, anyways, this is like the psychology of how art works. It's all just going to be going from symbolism that like adding more detail doesn't always actually improve the art. It does to a certain degree, but when you hit the point where you cannot have any more detail, it's actually better to just go back to less detail, but use actual references from the real world, you know? Like this is kind of how most art works. It's the jump from here to here that most people quit art. That's where most people stop. If you can make the jump from drawing what you think you see to drawing what you actually see, then you've made the hardest jump there is in continuing art into a long-lasting like hobby that you will carry with you for the rest of your life. But if you can't make the jump from symbolism to replicating the real world, even in a non-realistic style, this is not a realistic looking tree. It is semi-realistic, but it's not like I'm going for hyper-realism. It's just drawing a tree. Axel, hello, welcome in. I hope you're well, mate. Welcome home, friend. It actually says you're first time chatter, so welcome home instead as well. Glad you're here. We're talking about trees and art and all of that shit. Semi-realism is kind of how I end up drawing, I guess. Most of my art is like stylized realism, I guess, to a certain degree. I work off of very realistic proportions. All of my art came from doing anime. Like I fucking loved anime, and so I learned a lot of my art styles from anime. I used to draw my heads like this, like, you know what I mean? Maybe not that dramatic, but it genuinely was like, it would be like this, and that was how I drew my heads. And it was like the big eyes and like the little noses, and the big fucking, like, you know, I was an anime person. Been a fan a little while, but just recently joined Twitch. Yes. Hey, no worries. Cool to have somebody that's been a fan for a little while travel on over to here. My art right now. See, I don't think your art isn't quite anime. It's definitely stylized, but it's a style I don't think I've ever really seen before, and I'm really a fan of it. I can't figure out what Katara's outfit canonically is because it seems to be different a lot. Are you alright to clarify what her outfit is? It's normally the one in the lore. She has several outfits, but there is the sheer one with like the black shirt underneath and the sheer top. I think that's in several of the art lores, or the lore chats, but that I think is normally what her outfit is. But Emily can definitely clarify. I know she's around here somewhere. Yeah, she has an official reference in the lore channel that you can go look at. Boom, boom. But anyways, yeah, so this is kind of how it works with trees. I guess it's not the most perfect example. But so going for more detail, the jump then goes to copy real life. And then whoop whoop, simplify. This, so okay, I don't know, I'm hunting down the olive dress ref I saved literal years ago. I think it's gone forever. I'm believing you. I know it's somewhere. Speaking of art, I need to color elsewhere. Yes. This is what I would argue is the hard. So the jump where most people get lost is jumping from hyper detailed symbols to copying real life. Most people will stop before they get to that point, but I will argue for artists, just in general, this is the hardest step. Making the jump from symbolism to realism is where most people will quit altogether. But if you manage to get it, this is what you will be doing for the rest of your artistic career. Developing a style, literally the simplify means stylize. Stylize. Like, that is the hardest step, because that's where you have to literally make the decision on what the fuck you're drawing, because there's a million ways to draw a tree, depending on if you are doing semi-realistic or a fucking anime tree. I don't know what the fucking anime tree looks like, but you know what I mean. Almost gave Xander irises. Oops, how dare you. But yeah, so anyways, I don't know if anybody has any questions about that. I don't know why I've gone on like a minor rant about how art works. But this do be how art be doing. And it does that for literally everything else. Like, eyes are like one of the other obvious ones, but yeah, that's kind of the best explanation. Eyes are another one of those like ones that like does the exact same thing of like, little kids draw your eyes like this. Or, you know, actually most people will just do this for kids, and then you'll end up with, oh, there's two parts to it, and girls have eyelashes, or sometimes everybody has eyelashes, to like, oh, there's like a shape to it, and now this is what eyes look like, and they have eyelashes on both sides, and we're starting to like understand it, and then doing like the fucking this shape that everybody learns that I had said, like tear duct drawing, and then drawing like this. And I remember like being like having to do like, it's gonna be like the whole, like I have to do like every detail in the iris. I have to like make it look like that it's like actually fucking detailed and shit. Like I spent so much time on trying to draw like detailed irises, because I was like, that's what's making my art bad, is that my irises aren't detailed enough. And then I have to have veins in my eyes, and then this has to be shaded. I will. Axel, thank you for the subscription, mate. Huge. Thank you for the assistance. And for all the people who are hanging out here that are new today, I actually recommend, if you want to subscribe, save your subscription for a little bit. February 15th, we are having a 4-day subathon. So if you want to be a part of it, hang out around then. Your subs will count for time. We'll be able to be live for 4 days. I may not be live for that whole time if we don't have the subscriptions or donations to keep it going for that long. But we're capping it at 4 days. But we'll be doing a big old subathon for the 2.5-year anniversary of the stream, which is crazy. But yeah, these are all just like the little, may I ask a question? Yeah, go crazy. Like learning to draw your eyelids, learning to draw like your fucking eyelashes going in like different directions, because we've realized that 3-dimensionality is a thing. Adding like the shading here, or even adding like shading underneath, because we're like, oh, it's 3-dimensional now. Ooh. This is like the adding detail. That's where it's starting to do that. Do you have any sort of calm down song, Rex? Oh, let me grab my one. I mean, actually, I have several, but let me grab the one that I share on here sometimes. Where is he? I have a song that when I am in a panic attack I will sometimes put on, and I will put it in my ears, and I will literally play it on repeat. It is this. This is Honeybee by Steam Powered Giraffes. I don't know why, but this is the one. This is my anti-panic attack song. But yeah, this is my anti-panic attack song. If you need a calm down song, this is the best one I can literally recommend. I have several others, but like this is my guy. I'll let it play because I do really love this song. Most important question about the subathon: will we have Wake Up Webkins again? Absolutely. This is such a valid anti-panic attack song. Yeah, I have such a distinct memory of having a really bad panic attack a couple of years ago now, and wrapping myself in a blanket with this song in my headphones, and grabbing my cat, Apollo, and literally like swaying with him and just listening to this with my eyes closed. And like that was like it was just this song, and I just like back and forth. Yeah, in terms of drawing, I would say let's not share cropped unreleased art in general, probably, maybe, but we also, there are like, she is just like she is a female that you can kind of describe for more art, like tips and stuff. But also we have the pic crews, if Ali has posted those anywhere, and also like a couple pictures from Pinterest that I think she's gonna do. Oh, there you go. Yeah, her sim is in the Discord. That's your best reference. Ali, where is the sim? It's impossible to find if it's not in the lore channel. I'm gonna go post it in the lore channel. If it's not posted in the lore channel after stream, I'm gonna go post it. I'm begging you. Mini fridge or fridge? It's I'm sure it's somewhere. I can't find it in lore. It's mini fridge, I believe. Okay. Xander mini fridge. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. If Ali can find it and at you at it or whatever. Oh, there it is. These. Okay, Alex, I tagged you in them in the SM or on the Discord. These are not inadequate references, Ollie. I'm so genuine. It's kind of a face ref and body ref more than it is hair clothing ref. Yeah. These are not inadequate though. These are the references that we have. Anyways, I'm gonna do this thing again because I'm having kind of fun doing these like art tips, but I'm just gonna Google what an eye looks like and I'm gonna go through the same process of over detailing it. So then we're gonna go the real life jump. You may remember me as Abel or Apple from back in 2022. My God, that's a long time ago. That's wild. Jesus Christ. Yeah, can you believe that this fucking place has been around for that goddamn long? It's been genuinely almost 2.5 years. Next month it'll be 2.5 years that we've been doing this bullshit. I don't know if I really expected this place to last this long. Kind of like I didn't expect the Discord server to be as big as it had gotten for a period of time, and it's slowed down a lot now. But like like the lore, even like the lore is not something I really expected to be as big as it has ended up being. It's a project far larger than I ever really expected to undertake. And it's really cool, don't get me wrong, but like it is insane like how much work has gone into this, and like the I don't even know how to explain. It's just like something that like this place ended up being so much more than I thought it would be. I'm trying to do like the hyper studied realistic like this is always the phase that everybody goes through, is trying to do this like as realistically as humanly possible. Because now we're making the jump from symbolism to realism. And this jump is like one of the crazy ones, because eyes are really fucking detailed. And so when people make the jump to trying to do them realistically, I mean, it is like a crazy jump. This is like one of the ones that's like, my God, you really be doing too much. And if you start drawing eyes like this, drawing starts to become like a fucking nightmare, because it's like, oh God, I have to go draw the eyes now, which is like the most complicated thing you have to draw. And it's going to take you 25 minutes just to draw the eye, which is also why the longer that you spend doing art, the quicker that you start to get at it, because it stops being like focused on getting all of the details exact. And starts being like this ability to kind of like do representations and like simplifications and all of that fun stuff. This is me trying desperately to like actually do fucking realism. I do not do realism eyes, so this is admittedly more complicated for me than drawing a realism tree. This is where people start doing like special like shaped fucking like highlights and stuff that like have highlights of the eyelashes in them. It's like, whoa, it's so realistic, my God. And then you're gonna start doing like these where it's like the fucking shapes of the irises and all this crazy shit. My God, I don't know why my brain is having fun with this explanation here, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. The thing, oh yes, snake scales. I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. There's so much dust in my house. Felt. Sorry if I assume any questions. I've been here since I think July of 21. I don't think you could have. I was August of 21. You have been around since July of 22. July of 22, not 21. But yeah. Oh fuck, I don't want to think about those eyes. Angsty, I just like knowing that people care. Questions, yeah, questions won't bother anybody. Yeah, that's before the channel existed, so that's impressive. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, I get what you meant. But yeah, there's a lot of you guys that have been around for like a really long time, and I think that's cool, because it's the people who have been here since like the beginning that have stayed, which tells me that I definitely used to be doing something right, and God knows if I'm still doing it right. But streaming has just been a really difficult thing for me to do recently, because it's not exactly my like passion. I have so many other things that I'm so much more passionate about, like the lore itself, or like just like art and writing, and like there's just so many things that I want to be doing that like isn't streaming, that it's hard to convince myself to like stop doing the things that I'm working on to work on streaming. But it's not like I don't enjoy streaming still. It's just that I've been having my trouble focusing, because every time I'm live, I'm like, man, I could be doing so many other things. Okay. Anyways, this is my best approximation as to what it was like trying to do hyperrealism eyes. I fucking hated doing hyperrealism eyes. It was something I drew. This is like the one, like once you learned how to draw realistic eyes, you drew them fucking everywhere, and you'd be like, guys, look at what I can do. Like this became like your only personality trait the second you learned how to do them, and it was like on all of your homework and everything. Okay. There you go. So there's your jump from the symbol to the realism. What happened to the lore art? I got distracted in trying to make a point, I guess. And trying to like explain my thought processes. But yeah. So then you make your jump to real life. Hey, Crispy, welcome in, mate. We're talking about art. My OG account followed on December 29th of 21. Jesus. How are y'all? We're good. I'm chatting about the art process. Yeah, you draw it and then you leave the paper out in the open, praying that someone will ask you about how you drew it. But yeah, that's a fun one. But yeah, no, that's yeah. But so this was the jump from real life, and then you have to make the jump from real life to stylizing. And the thing is, a lot of people tend to try to make this jump and it doesn't work. And this is something like I'm really like particular about to a certain degree. It can happen, like I said, if you are like super interested in art and studying art just because you like it, like being a Jaden Animations kid or being a Mark Curly kid or being an anime kid, that you're really, really, really into art and like, you know, that's something you do all the time. Sometimes you do make that jump because instead of studying real life, you study your style. But in general, your art will benefit if you learn what real life looks like and stylize from that rather than from the symbol. You know? That's a good question. I keep mine sort of medium lengths, not super short, but not super long either. So I imagine that's how hers are. There you go. We're answering the nail length question. See, and this is something that like, for my character personally, and this is for me and not for everybody else, because I know everybody else has different preferences. And I think most people have understood this with doing Xander art, so I don't feel like I have to super clarify it. But if you're going to do Xander art, feel free, this is, again, one of the comparisons I will make, feel free to treat it like it is a Dream SMP character, because I do have, like, character references for him, and specific things that are true to his character, the same way that, like, Tommy in its shirt is true to his character, or the fact that he has blue eyes is true to his character. But, like, in terms of character design, I want to see what you guys are able and willing to make. I keep forgetting his scar. That is one of the important true to pieces. That is a piece of his art that you need to include. But how you draw his scar is up to you. I don't really care. Like, there's like pieces of it that are more important than others. That are like true to life. Like, this is an important piece of Xander art. If you're gonna draw Xander, usually he's always drawn this way. But like the same way as like everybody has their own designs for Dream SMP characters, I kind of want that to be true for my character as well. Of like, my character has like a canon design, but I would love more than anything to see what other people make of him. Like, I think that's like one of the coolest parts. Like, based off of his story, based off of the acting, based off of the lore itself, seeing what you guys would make of him. And like, cause like I have the canon design for one outfit of his. He does not look like that the entire time. So I'll be excited to see if you guys do art of his other designs based off of just a Minecraft skin like you did for the SMPs. When's the next writing stream? Maybe I'll do one tomorrow. I do need to get some writing done. Anyways, I'm going to try to stylize this eye now. So something I notice when I start stylizing eyes is you kind of get the up and the up in these directions, and then the down and the down in these directions. So they're kind of like a diamond. So I have a tendency to do eyes like this. Like, to a certain degree, this tends to be how I kind of do my eye shapes. And then I'll do like that. I don't draw eyelashes. Fun fact. I've noticed that in my styles. I actually don't know who pointed it out for me. I don't draw eyelashes. And it's not even just like I usually don't draw eyelashes. I straight up, my style does not include eyelashes on any of my characters, male or female. I just straight up don't draw them. And that's just my own thing. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know why that's kind of become like one of the I don't know if it's a feature. One of the features of my character design. But I just straight up don't do eyelashes, just ever. It's just not, I don't know why. I don't know. I think somebody commented at one point and I got like really insecure about it and be like, oh fuck, I'm just drawing people weirdly because I fucking don't like drawing eyelashes and now it's fucking weird or whatever. But I just simply don't care. I just don't. I don't draw eyelashes. This is a fucking bum ass eye. Okay, hang on. Let's back up here. First of all, I don't really do a lot of fucking eye shading like this, so I'm like trying to like figure out how the fuck to do this in a way that fucking makes sense right now. I don't know. This is just me desperately trying to do a quick drawing. I have a tendency to do the shading across the top here. And then like maybe do shading here. And then I do shading on the outside of the lid. and then out here. God. Like this. But that looks like ass, so I'm not going to. God, I can't, like, draw my own, like, style fucking quickly. Hello? I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this. I don't know why I feel like I'm, like, incapable of my own art style right now, but sure. Yeah, I don't know. This is just me fucking incapable of drawing my own art. Anyways, yeah, this is kind of what I do for eyes now. It's something along these lines. So it's really just pieces of it. Anyways, I don't know. What are we talking about here? I may write the... Oh, yeah, I read that. Character Xander has a single shirt that he doesn't change out of, obviously. Yeah, canon. It's a closet of that one shirt. Off topic, but I want to know... but I know what I want to do when I finish school. Awesome. What do you want to do? Do you ever try to draw animal eyes? When I drew a lot, I couldn't help but just put human eyes on animals because I was like, it's good enough. Yeah, drawing I'm going to be honest, I don't really draw animals. Like, almost ever. Like almost ever. So I don't know. It's something I don't play with. I don't fucking draw animals. I haven't drawn an animal in God knows when. I don't like drawing traditional eyes. So more femme characters just get eye spikies and that's it. There you go. Do you want me to include the flower thing that's at Olive's wrist in the sim reference? That's not really canon. It's just the closest I can find the Sims. Same with the hair and the dress, TBH, but Olive's arms are just colored green vines. Correct. If you scroll up super far in the lower channel, I gave her initial description a long time ago. A single shirt. He doesn't change out. Sounds autistic, TBH. You're not wrong. It's like from Calvin and Hobbes, just one shirt duplicated across the closet, pretty much. I always drew my Pitbull when he would sit next to each other. It was always fun. That's cute. Yeah, I don't really draw animals. Let me look up like a fucking dog eye. I'm cringing at my own goddamn fucking terrible fucking stylized eye. But it's just a quick thing here. Let me look at dog eyes. If I'm looking at a dog straight on, that doesn't feel like a good drawing. Or a good angle. Dogs don't really have a lot of sclera. They really don't be having a lot of sclera. Like if you're looking at a dog front on, like if this is like we're looking at schnoz here. This is schnoz angle. Do you know what I mean? Like this angle? Like this would be like dog. You know what I mean? It's like the eye has got a lot of angle to it. Like this, it is very dark. And then there's like fur that's going like that or whatever. But beyond that, like it is almost entirely just iris. Like there's really not much sclera, and then it's just straight up the eye. And there is like some shading back here and some shading over here, but like then it's just the eye. And they have got that like shape to it. And this is all like shaded. Like that's like, oh, that is straight up terrifying. That's actually scary. You drew a snake. Where did I draw a snake? Who drew a snake? Oh, I drew a snake. Yeah, you're right. I drew a snake in the Xander thing. Did I draw snake eyes on that? OC references. Yeah. I've got a little snake guy there. This is the last time I've drawn an animal. There's my snake eyes. They're about 7 pixels. Snake. This is the last time I have drawn like an actual animal. She's a little guy. That's not a guy. Little guy is gender neutral. Just a little fella. But she's gorgeous. Maybe you need a sketch of Olive so far. There you go. Anyways. That's a woman. I know. A beautiful girl. Any hoodles. I was supposed to be doing lore art. Instead I've done fucking whatever all of this is. So, I was supposed to be doing this. I've just realized that all of my everything is on the wrong layer. So let me do this. And then... there we go. Okay. This is what I was supposed to be doing. I don't know how I got quite as distracted as I got. That's kind of the tendency I have. I'm so happy you're alive during my break. Hey, Poison, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're surviving over there. I don't know what I'm doing today, admittedly. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm simply just jumping all over the place. I haven't stayed on a single topic for more than like 30 seconds here. I am simply fucking all over. I asked at a tree and now we're here. That's what it is. Loki asked one question. He was like, how do I draw a tree? And I was like, let me give you a 2-hour explanation as to what the fuck, how children develop psychologically and the symbolism but behind art. Like, I simply cannot do anything just like simply. I'm just too much every time. But Xander, I'm building a new computer soon, so I'm excited. It'll be a beast, but like in the summer probably. That's fucking dope, actually. I've had my computer since like a year into streaming, essentially. So I've had it for the past year at least. I think it's been the past year at least. And mine's not like a crazy beast, but he is specifically built to play games, and he plays them well. Sometimes my computer struggles a tiny bit if I am trying to play like a high level, like intensive game and also stream it and also record it. It'll start to seize a little bit. It'll get a little pouty, but admittedly it has more trouble with the streaming piece of it, like where if it's like struggling to hold like an internet connection than it does to actually run it. Like my CPU is fine, but I'm super hyped for you, dude. Honestly, getting a PC was fucking such an awesome choice, and I fucking love my PC, but I also do to some degree wish I had a fucking functioning laptop still. Like, I was just stealing my roommate's functioning laptop the other day because I do own laptops. I swear to you, I own 3 laptops technically. I have my work laptop, I have a laptop that I used to use for college, and if you hit it too hard, it fucking turns off, which isn't beneficial for anybody. That's a poorly drawn hand, and I just don't care. But like it's a little bit of a struggle laptop. And then I have my mom's old laptop, which if it's not plugged in, doesn't exist and does not function at all. So my experience with laptops is not great. Yeah. So yeah, I have the 3. I have one that is specifically for work. My work shipped to me and I use it for work. I have my old college one that I dropped in several puddles, and if you shake it, it turns off. And I have my mother's old laptop that if it's not plugged in, it doesn't work. Technically, I own 3 laptops. None of them I'm allowed to just sit on my couch and use because they just break. I don't know what to do about it. I'm honestly keeping this job until after the subathon to get all the money I spend back before I quit. No, why are you quitting? Is it gotten that bad? Gaming is fine on my gaming laptop, but streaming and gaming, it's over. OBS be taking up the whole amount of RAM and a bit of my soul as well. Yeah. Yeah, my struggle to getting my PC was such a struggle. I ordered a Alien PC originally, and after 9 months, I think it was 9 months. No, the PC saga was 9 months. So I think over the course of like 6 to 7 months, my PC just didn't come. It kept getting backlogged and backlogged and backlogged and backlogged and backlogged and telling me like, sorry, next month, sorry, next month. And eventually Reese is the person who I was speaking with and was like, no, that's ridiculous. And had me cancel my PC order and place this order for my current PC, which she helped me build all of the pieces I like originally. Like I picked out like myself with her assistance and figuring out what it is. So it was like choosing all the pieces and making sure all of them work, and then having it shipped to me, and then finding out that the graphics card wouldn't work, spending like 3 days with Reese, like 12 hours a day, trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with my graphics card, uninstalling, reinstalling every one of my graphics drivers, every one of my drivers all together, booting my PC from Windows 11 to Windows 10 and then back up to Windows 11. I mean, like, we had like essentially a stroke just to find out that it was the physical graphics card, like the actual physical piece that was broken, and that I had to ship it back to California and they had to ship me a new one. So from wanting a PC and having the money to get it to having a PC that I can use in front of me was a full 9 months. Like, I gave birth to this PC. And apparently Reese is the dad. We could saying I got so tired of managers annoying me that I became the manager based. Don't play this. I don't want this. I don't want any of these today. I'll play this. My water tastes bad. I don't know if it's just because it's warm, but my water tastes bad. Anyways, both are lazy, they don't do their job, and one for angry at me for asking questions of what they were doing and I needed to change what I was doing. The other got mad at me for saying something I didn't say. Good lord. The fucking drama that is work all of the time. I had some pretty nightmare managers, to be entirely honest with you. I've had some pretty bad ones. I did have a manager who said she would call me a he when my tits were smaller than hers. And honestly, even after top surgery, I don't think my tits will be smaller than hers because she was flat as a board. Fuck her. I would never say that about somebody that I fucking didn't hate, considering I fucking love small titties. This is not small titty slander, and I'd like to make that excessively clear, because I am a small titty lover. But she was a cunt. So there's that take. Ope. I'm absolutely a small titty lover, but my god, she was just fucking, she was such a bitch. She is also the one, who is the reason I went to the emergency room. Big booby Sag. Big booby are good. Big booby are good. I'm just a small titty lover. Miss Crep gets the slander she deserves. There you go. Oh, fuck her. Yeah. She's the reason I ended up going to the emergency room because of an oven. If you guys know the oven story, I think that happened. Was that pre my streaming era? I think the emergency room visit was pre-streaming era for me. I think. I got electrocuted by an oven. Do you guys know that story? I work at a coffee shop, which I love, but something I realized recently is that I'll never escape high school drama, because it's like once or twice a year we get a new high school employee, and I'm over here like, oh my god, another friend problem that is literally over nothing. Yeah, working with high schoolers, you are always it's just gonna be sitting and observing the drama, and like more often than not, you just kind of got to be there and like support it. Like just be like, yeah, tell me more. Uh-huh. Wow. Yeah, no, she's a bitch. Wow. Uh-huh. Like, you know. it's definitely it's a hard experience, but there's nothing you can do, because like imagine you were working as a teenager and you were having like this life-altering breakdown with your friendships, and the 26-year-old making coffees next to you is like, you're just in high school, you'll get over it. Like, no, it's life ending. Like, it is that life ending when like when you're going through it. Even if a couple years later you're like, okay, maybe that wasn't as bad as it felt. In the moment, it's like the end of the world. But please tell me how the hell you managed to get electrocuted by an oven. Well, I worked at Domino's, and Domino's has industrial-sized ovens, and I showed up to my open shift, which I was a delivery driver. I was not there to open the store. I was there to start delivering pizzas. And I showed up to find the building unlocked and empty. Domino's era was during stream era. Yes, okay, that was, yes, but I don't know if the oven incident was stream era. But I showed up and the thing was empty, so I texted my manager and was like, hey, where are you? And he's like, I'm running late, I'll be there soon. I was like, okay, I'll get everything set up for you. And he was like, yeah, if you can get the oven on for me so it can start preheating, because it takes like 30 minutes to preheat, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. And I went to turn the oven on and it didn't turn on. And I was like, well, shit. And I texted him and I was like, how the fuck do I turn this on? And he's like, it's just the on button. I was like, brother, it ain't working. And he's like, figure it out. I was like, okay. And at this point, my co-delivery driver had shown up too. And she was like, what is going on? And I was like, take a look. And so I went to the back to try to figure out if like a breaker had like flipped or whatever, and it hadn't. And I like turned the breaker off and turned it back on and it wasn't working. And I had my coworker go back by there to see if she could figure anything out. And I went back up to the oven and I was like checking it out and trying to figure it out. And I look up and there's the plug unplugged. And I went, oh. And so I called back. I was like, hey, it's unplugged. Can you just make sure the breaker's off? I'll plug it back in. And she's like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, him saying the audacity to say figure it out when he was literally late and it was his job. Yeah, pretty much. So he still hasn't shown up. I called to the back to my coworker and I was like, hey, make sure the breaker's off. I'm gonna plug it back in. She said, yeah, it's off. That's fine. We did not have the same understanding. She thought, yes, the oven is still off, not I have switched off the breaker. And I had the understanding of her saying, yeah, it's still off, meaning I left the breaker off and haven't turned it back on. So we had a misunderstanding there, and I took the plug and it is above head, right? And here's where it gets fancy, and this is why it's her fault. First off, you are never meant to unplug the industrial ovens. We turn it off and it goes through a 30-minute cool down cycle the same way that it heats up. And at the end of the cooldown cycle, it turns off. You are not allowed to leave the store until the cooldown cycle is done. My shitty little 2'2" manager, who was a little cunt about things, would just unplug the oven so it didn't go through the cooldown cycle, and she would leave. 2, the plug is overhead, because it's not meant to be unplugged. It is above your head. You have to reach up to plug it in, and she's short. Excessively short, much shorter than I am. Like she was like, I don't know, she was like a flat 5 foot, maybe shorter. I don't know, she was little. And I think she might have genuinely been 5 foot. So she couldn't reach the plugs. So she would take the cord and pull on it until it would unplug. Okay. So imagining all of these scenarios, she has pulled on it to the form that the prongs are bent. Okay. All of these things connecting with the understanding of I am trying to plug this in overhead, realizing that the prongs are bent, thinking this has been turned off, so we're fine. And I push the prongs in so that they are, like thin enough to put back into the plug, push those together to put it into the socket. I have a hand on the oven to help hoist myself up to reach the plug, and I am full circuit now. As I plug the thing in, I am touching both prongs and the oven with my other hand, and my thumb slips down and bumps the grounder as well. It just like it fucking I genuinely did not feel the electrocution. I felt like I got punched in the face. I hit the ground, like I hit my ass. Woo! Thank you for the follow. Sorry, that scared me. Thank you for the follow. Welcome home. Or not. Go fucking have fun being banned. Whatever. But so essentially, I hit my ass. Like I just like hit the ground, and I looked around like startled as fuck, because I genuinely thought one of my coworkers had come over and punched me in the face. Was like the genuine reaction, because I'd never been electrocuted like that before. I thought someone hit me. So I like look up at my coworker who is looking down at me. I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, did you just hit me? And she's like, no, you screamed and I came over. And I was like, I did not scream. And she was like, yes, you did scream. Essentially what had happened is I had gotten shocked. And if you've never gotten shocked before, then what happens is like all of your muscles like contract at the same time. So it feels like a muscle shock. So I got like muscle shocked and like thrown backwards. And when all your muscles contract at the same time, fun things happen. So I just had the fun little thing, and I screamed and don't remember it. But I also, the fun piece of all of these little parts is that realizing that I had got electrocuted by an oven and been thrown to the ground, I my manager showed up 5 minutes later and was like, hey, I should probably like go to the doctor or the hospital or something because I just got electrocuted and thrown to the ground. And he's like, you're fine. And I was like, I'm certain that that's not how this works. And he's like, well, we don't have anybody to cover your shift, so you can go to the hospital when your shift is over. And I was like, okay. And so I waited 4 hours until somebody would come in to cover my shift for me. And then I went to the hospital. Yeah. Like, genuinely, he was like, if you leave, like, you're not coming back. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I just fucking marched my dumbass to the emergency room after work. And I was like, yeah, I got electrocuted. And they're like, okay, how and when? And I made him give all my insurance. So the work comp covered all of it. But like they had to like do like EKGs and everything to make sure I didn't have any like damage to my heart. But when they were like, yeah, when did this happen? I was like, about 8 a.m. this morning. And they're like, and you're coming in now? And I was like, yeah, he wouldn't let me leave. And like the look on the nurse's face, I was like, man, you talk to my manager. I'm not fucking in charge, bro. Anyways, fuck Mike. All my homies hate Mike. But yeah, there's my little I got electrocuted by an industrial sized oven story. I hope you hope you enjoy. It's just goofy shit, man. I'm just doing like I might do this as like a tiered style dress just because it might look nicer. I don't know what my plan is for the dress right now. Isn't that the job you quit live on stream? It is. It is I got texted by my boss. I texted my boss and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. Like while I was on stream, I received the message, but I had texted my boss of like, hey, I'm really not feeling well. Like I need to take tomorrow off because I'm so sick. Like I can't come in right now. But like I'll pick up an extra shift next week or whatever. And he responded, was like, this is a lot of time off from you. This is getting to be a lot of calling off. It was my second time calling off that month. I'd called off twice that month because I was actually sick during COVID and I couldn't come in because I had COVID symptoms. And so he responded to me while I was live on stream and he's like, you know, your job is a commitment and this has been a lot of calling off from you recently. So I'm really going to need you to not be doing that. And so I responded, I was like, you know what? I completely understand. And I have a lot of commitments right now that aren't this job. So for the time being, you might as well take me off of the schedule. And he's like, is this you resigning? I was like, yes, don't expect to see me back in the store. And like tossed my phone behind me live on stream and went back to streaming. I was like, brother, you are a low-end job. I don't care about you. I don't care. I quit so fast. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Am I calling off too much? Fine. I won't come back. Don't complain next time. And he reached out to me several times after that of like, hey, sorry about, you know, getting off to the wrong foot. I really think we should talk. And I was like, no, I don't think we should, but thank you for the offer. But I'm good. Like, no. Sorry, bet you are. Yeah, bet you are, motherfucker. I bet you're sorry. I was such a fucking good worker. I worked so hard. I did all of your shit. Not only did I do all of my delivering, I was the only one who would stay until 4 in the morning to do your fucking dishes. I prepped every one of your foods. All of your nasty ass frozen chicken, all your stupid ass boxed fucking sauces. I prepared every one of those bottles. I did all of your fucking prep in the morning and in the night because none of you bitches would do it. I would pick up shifts for all the bitches who constantly wouldn't be showing up. I came in when you asked me to come in early, stayed late when you asked me to stay late. I worked the Super Bowl. I worked New Year's Eve. I worked Christmas Eve. Like, I did fucking everything you wanted to me. You're really calling off a lot lately. Suck my balls. Like, anyways, that felt nice to get out of my chest. Past jobs are crazy, but yeah. I quit like that once. They asked me to come in for an unscheduled shift, threatened me when I said no, so I said I'd be there, waited until she called me 10 minutes past when I was supposed to be there and said, oh, I won't ever be in again. I quit. Love. I'm gonna be so real. If you're like a youngin' here and you're looking to get like starter jobs, Stop looking for service industry jobs. You should do a retail job or a food service job once in your life ever, and it is for the simple reason of getting your ass humbled. Get humbled, just for a period of time. I will never treat a delivery driver poorly ever, even if they're a shit delivery driver, because I know you've been having a bad fucking day. I will always tip in cash because I know that means you get to keep it instead of having to pay it to your company. I will always thank you. I will make all of my deliveries as clear and obvious as possible. When I see your car getting close, I will step out of my door to meet you there so that you don't have to look for which apartment I am. Like, I will make your life easy because that shit's so bad. Same thing with like service work. I also worked in a clothes store. Like, it is just a thing to, like, check you and then apply for the high-end, hoity-toity, paper-pushing business jobs, right? And you're like, I don't have the skills for that. You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need the skills for that. You need customer service skills, and you can do every job. Or if you're doing a data job, you don't even need that. I got paid so much more to do fucking nothing as a secretary in an office than I got paid my shit-ass money to deliver pizzas in 2-degree weather while my car slid sideways down the fucking road, and to get yelled at for taking too long to deliver a pizza because I had to shovel my car out of somebody's driveway. Go get paid good money to answer phones and do fucking nothing at a desk instead of getting paid shit to flip fucking burgers. Stop underestimating yourself. What you need is a good interview face and a good resume. Everything else comes with a job. They teach you how to do those jobs, man. Anyways, sorry. Like, I fucking loved front desk at a hospital. Easy fucking job. A monkey could do my job. Check patient in, check patient out. Check patient in, check patient out. Answer phone. Hello? Yes, you can talk to a doctor. Check patient in. Like, no fucking work. No fucking work. And anything you didn't understand could be taught to you. Like, it's genuinely, go do those jobs you don't think you could do. Like, you're gonna benefit from it. I promise. It's okay if I add you guys in the Discord with a sketch so you can let me know if something's all good. Yeah, I think Emily's rule is she is almost always okay to be DM'd, and or, added. She just likes to be added in general, so that's always fine, and Ollie says okay as well. Someone needs to go to make that one guy who threw a cheeseburger at me go work Domino's delivery for a month, genuinely. Anybody who treats, this is just like a genuine statement. Anybody who ever treats any food service person poorly, I don't trust you. You are a bad person. Like, point blank period, I have nothing else to say. If you treat delivery service people poorly, you are a bad person, and I don't trust you. Like, I just don't. I don't. Like, I don't know how else to, like, explain that well. I don't have, like, any patience for people who treat delivery service like ass. I drew a treehouse. Let's go. I had some really bad experiences working Domino's, but for the most part, it was pretty I had some really, really good experiences with some really cute kids and some really, like, very kind people and some big tips and, like, just, like, normal, basic, like, regulars or whatever. I had some nightmares. I had some men who would say shit or think they had the right to say shit or do shit. I had one particular man who had a affinity for answering answering the door in the nude. That was a thing. One of my least favorite things, but it was sure a thing. That one was sure a thing. In the what now? Sir, put some he would literally open the door. So, like, he would, like, open it like a crack and, like, stick his shoulder and, like, the side of his hip out to grab the food. So you could tell that, like, if he stepped, like, an inch further, his whole schlong would just be out. Because I could see his hip. There's nothing on. Unless he had duct taped his schlong up his asshole. Like, he ain't wearing fucking anything. And it stunk. Like, it smelled. And the worst thing is, he was in like the back hallway, right? It was an apartment building. So you would come in the front door and he was at the back of that hallway. So he could hear when you opened that front door into the apartment. I would try to like run to his door, put the food down in front of it and fucking dip. And I couldn't, because as soon as I closed that door, you could hear his door opening. Like, he would be there waiting for you. Like, ugh. It was the fucking worst. It was just, like, he knew, man. He was just fucking horrid. Horrid. Icky men. You at least have to wait. I remember being so scared. Do you guys know what Red Roof Inns are? Are those like a countrywide thing? Red Roof Inns, for people who don't know, are like Motel 6s. They're like how do you call? How do I call? Like it's like a low budget motel, you know? Like it's like a little icky and a little scary. Like I would, for legal purposes, this is a joke, I would always carry my knife when I went into like Red Roofs or Motel 6s, because like those are like where like the scary people live. But admittedly, some of the scary people were nicer than some of the high-end people. Actually, you know what? Let me give you two stories, okay? A story from a high-end, pricey, nice hotel, and a story from a Red Roof Inn, which is a low-end, like real dirty, gross motel, okay? Story number one from the high-end, nice hotel, you know, expensive hotel, gorgeous, in hotel pool, workout place, everything you could ever want. They're expensive to stay in, whatever. I mean, they're not like top of the line, but it was a nice Hyatt, right? I go and deliver to this man. It's mid-COVID, so I've got my mask on, and also we are required to do handless deliveries, essentially, which means I go to their door. This is literally the way it goes. I would show up to their door, I set down their pizza and their food in front of the door, knock on the door, and step 5 feet away is the requirement of my job. And I would wait for them to answer the door and pick the thing up, and if they had payment, I would request that they put it on the ground for COVID reasons, and I would come and collect it when the door was closed. That's how we were required to do deliveries if they were paying in cash. Otherwise, it was literally put the food down, knock on the door, and fucking leave. I would always hang around in the hopes that they would give me a tip. So I set his food down in front of his hotel door, knock, and back my feet up, and I've got my hands behind my back. I'm a polite little guy, and I'm being good or whatever, and he opens the door. Good afternoon, sir. You can leave any money you have you can leave any payment on the floor here for COVID reasons. And he like looked at me, and he's like, excuse you? And I'm like, huh? He's like, I have to come out here and find my fucking food on the dirty ass hotel floor. You got my fucking pizza sitting on the floor. And I was like, in a box, sir. It's in a box on the floor. And he's like, next time, hand my fucking food to me. And I was like, it's currently our requirement that I am not allowed to do handoffs with food because of the work. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about what you think you're catching. I don't have any fucking diseases. You better hand my fucking food to me and not put that shit on the goddamn floor. And I'm just like, can I please have my payment and leave? Like, I was like ready to burst into tears. And this was not a small dude either. This was like a large, full-grown, very angry man in a suit, actually. Like, I was like ready to burst into tears. So that was that little experience. That's the Hyatt Regency, okay? Or it wasn't even the Regency. It was it was one of the chains of Hyatts, whatever. Expensive hotel, right? Nice hotel. So there was that interaction, right? Stop getting some echo, smoke some wind chill. Real, okay? Now, flip it and reverse it. Let's take it to Red Roof Inns. Red Roof Inns being like, these are like dirty, nasty, $20 a night, like the whole place smelled like reeks of weed all of the time. It's like a no questions asked place. You don't have to give an ID, you don't have to give a credit card, like you just show up, stay there for a night and leave. Like, these are like the sketchy hotels, low-end neighborhood, right? I go to a Red Roof Inn. I've got like 2 pizzas and 2 liters of soda with me, and I like knock on the door. The blinds are drawn, the door is locked, obviously, and I like knock on the door, and I hear scrambling, like frantic scrambling. People are like I can hear things going on, and I kid you not, all 3 locks on the door go click, click, slide, like all of them are locked. And see, like, cracks a door open, and this one was a woman, cracks the door open, peeks out a tiny bit, sees it's me, and it's the middle of winter right now, throws her door open. It was like, oh, guys, it's the pizza. And from behind her, from the bathroom, 3 people come out of the bathroom and like, oh, it's the pizza. Oh, let me get the money or whatever. Like, and like pulls out like a wad of money and like counts out the right amount. And she's like, come in, it's cold. And I'm like, whatever. And like, if I'm like, I literally in my head, I was like, if I die today, I die today. Step into this woman's thing and she like closes the door behind me because it's fucking cold as hell. And like, yeah, I was just like, whatever. And like I like stepped inside and they're like counting money out of a giant wad and they hand it to me. And the woman is like, would you tip the man? And he's like, oh, counts out another chunk of money and hands it to me. And she literally was like, do you want a piece? And I was like, no, ma'am, I don't want a piece of the pizza. And she's like, you know, if you want one, take one. I was like, I'm so okay, but thank you so much. I got food in the car. I did not have food in the car. And she's like, oh, good. Okay. All right. You know, have a good night or whatever and let me out. And I was like, man, I don't even want to know what was happening in that fucking room, that everyone scrambled into the bathroom to not be seen. But it was just so funny. I saw a video on TikTok of this daughter asking her mom why she doesn't leave the house often. She said, why would I leave my house? I hate people. I like my stuff here. I pay for the stuff to enjoy it out there. That's people's stuff, not mine. That's valid. The murderers are at least nice to the pizza boy. Dead ass. God, that one was so funny. The one Emily is referring to was not a hospital. I delivered to an old folks home. The nurses used to order from there all the time. And I just remember I literally pulled up to the old folks home and parked and just looked up and there's just an ambulance like with the back doors open and the lights flashing sitting outside of the old folks home. And I sent a video to my group of friends being like, do I still deliver the pizza? Like, I've got a pepperoni pizza that I need to get in there, but there's very clearly more important matters happening. And I did. I ended up walking in, like, while there were fucking, the paramedics were walking back out with a fucking, like the fucking 2 paramedics were walking out with a stretcher, and there wasn't anyone on it. But they were, like, walking out with a stretcher back to the fucking, the ambulance. I was just like, I walk up to like the nurses stations who are clearly frazzled and I was like, I have a small pepperoni pizza. She's like, okay. And like gave me the money and like took it. And I was like, I'm sorry. I got lunch. Oh my God. It was funny. When we did a catering event at this rich person's house, there was a neighbor there that offered us homemade alcohol. I love that for you. I love that for you. My God. I think the biggest delivery I ever did was to a store who was doing an employee like celebration, and they ordered, I think it was 76 pizzas, 76 large pizzas, and it took me and another coworker filling both of our cars, front seat, back seats, and trunk with pizzas. Like, both of our cars were fucking stuffed with pizza. It was just obscene. It took every one of the hot bags we had in the store just to get all of those pizzas out. I gotta head out. No worries, mate. Thanks for being here. Gotta head. Yeah. We need capital numbers. Capital numbers. I like that concept. I don't even know what I'm doing today. My art isn't arting and I'm having trouble focusing. I just want to be joking about the arts. Or about the fucking Minecrafts. But yeah, I've got some pretty crazy work stories, to say the very least. Oh, sorry, I wanted to pull up Anksy's art so far of Olive and Tara. Oh, that's so good. Alex, I love it. Oh my god. That's so good. That's so cool, dude. That is fucking fire. That's so fucking cool. I don't see art of Olive and Tara much, and that That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. I'm lore art, it's back, baby. I can't believe the lore starts tomorrow. I've been waiting for this for so long. 2 years, man. 2 years. This lore has taken everything from me. In like the most lighthearted sense of the word. The blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this lore, and I mean tears. I've cried real, genuine tears over this lore, out of excitement, out of frustration, out of desperation. Like I have lost it several times in several different ways. Like it just, yeah, I don't know, man. This lore cost me my human spirit. Xander, when are we dropping the Sim screenshots? Put them in the lore file, or in the lore channel. If you want, I'll post them right after stream, the Sim screenshots. Or do you mean like the ones, like the screenshots of them like in the world together? Or do you mean the ones of your character? Like in the, oh, that one screenshot. I will simply pass away. Hold on, lore tomorrow? Yes! Oh my god, I forget that. Let me keep reminding people. There is lore that drops tomorrow. Do I give you guys the announcement video again? The 30-second announcement for the third time this stream? For all the people who came in after I did that? I was also joking. No, it's time to release it. There's several that I could think of and be like, yeah, let's post that one. But yeah, I can play the 30-second announcement video again that I posted at the beginning of stream today. I also post it as soon as the stream is over. I will post it on all of my platforms everywhere. God, I'm bad at drawing fucking angled faces. This is just not what faces are supposed to look like. Yeah, figure it out. I'm a little bit of a struggler when it comes to fucking drawing just about anything. I'll do her hair like this. That's gonna be where I put it down there. Earlier today, my mom handed me a bag of cooked shrimp and steak and said, eat, while looking me dead in the eyes. I ate the food straight out of the bag. It was yummy. There you go. I'm always trying to determine if I want to do like loose flowers in her hair or if I want to do like a flower crown. I think I've switched in between thinking which one is like the more lore accurate. Ollie, do you have a preference in terms of just loose flowers in her hair or just like an actual like crown of flowers? Because I've definitely drawn both extensively. She canonically has the flower crown? Okay. Pink roses. You can draw whatever looks best though. Okay. Okay. Let me do like, we'll do it like this. We'll see how I like that one when I actually draw it. I don't know what is up with this drawing. I just feel like I can't get my proportions right. I say something slightly off topic, you can go fucking crazy if you want to. Go nuts. Go nuts, show nuts, what do I care? All the good shit. Is her head too big? I think her head might be too big in terms of the way that bodies work. I don't know if I'm actually genuine about that. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know how to draw. I also don't know how long I will stream today because I genuinely want to go work on editing. And that's saying something. I editing this stuff has been a nightmare, but I want to get some of it done because I now have a set day as to when the official... I'll have to ask. Dogs are man's best friend. Wrong. Deer foxes are real. Man, it's wild drawing normal human ears for a character. How crazy. How fucking weird that a character is just actually a fucking human being. What time is it dropping? That's such a good question. Do I do pre-stream time, I'm guessing? I guess I don't know. As I was drawing that thing of Olive and Tara, I came to the realization that I'm low-key scared of drawing art of hyperfixations because it just doesn't feel like any art I would make would be good enough. Am I weird or is this normal? I mean, I'm actually the opposite. I can only draw things I'm hyperfixated on, but I'm always hypercritical of them. So it's definitely like, it's not just you. That is definitely a reaction, but I think we all react a little bit differently. Of like, I'm hypercritical of it, but it is the only time I can draw art, is if I'm like obsessed with it. But it's definitely not weird because there's like such a level of importance to it. But yeah, do we want the lore to be dropped pre-stream or post-stream, anti-stream? Probably pre-stream, right? So maybe posting lore like 4 o'clock pre, so we can talk a boo tit. A boo tit. Sorry, that's just funny. It's like the funniest misspelling you could have had. A boo tit. Who is a boo? A blue tit. No, wait. Who's a boo is it? Who's a boo tit? I would say maybe 4 o'clock if everybody's down with that. I think that'll be, yeah. I'm gonna clarify something here. We can talk about the lore that's posted that day for sure. Is it gonna be like a Discord event? We could do a Discord event. We could do it as a Discord event. But yeah, I'm just gonna drop it. I'm trying to figure out of like how to make this work. I'm very nervous and excited about it. Xander, after checking that people are okay with something that is entirely his choice. Listen. We will be able to talk about lore after it's posted because that is like something that we do, and I would like to be able to talk about it after it's posted, but I also have to make it like at least semi-clear that like we can talk about it, but I'm going to be very curating on what questions we can and cannot answer. I'm going to be less forthcoming than you guys want me to be, because a lot of the questions that you're going to want to ask questions to, we will have answers to, but we are not telling you because you will learn in time. So like, I'm going to be a little bit snippy about what, not snippy, a little bit, what's the word for it? Controlling? I don't fucking know. A little intense about what we won't answer. Like, I want people to ask questions. I want people to be curious. Is this an official trailer or a teaser trailer? There is actually, this is a, how to explain? This is an official trailer, but it's not the announcement. So this is going to come in several waves. Tara, I'm going to start doing this again. Emily and Ollie, do you have any qualms if I kind of let them know what the plan is about what they're going to be seeing before episode 1? Do you guys have any qualms about me telling them what they're going to see before then? Like the style of it? I'm going to wait for them to answer before I say anything else. I'm so happy when people get the stuff they are passionate about done. Bro, that's genuinely, yeah, it has been 2 years, man. I'm confused by the question. I meant like the length. The trailers that you're going to be getting are going to be like 30 to 45 seconds at the moment. They're not full length videos. The question was like, if I can tell them how many things they're going to be seeing beforehand, or like how it's gonna. Here's the explanation. I guess I'm just gonna explain this because I think everybody's would be okay with this because I don't think it's a big secret. I'm more secretive than everyone else in this group is. But essentially, you guys are going to get, there is a series of trailers that are interconnected. Use your best judgment, I guess. Okay. There are a series of trailers you guys are going to be getting that are interconnected. Let me try to explain this the best I can. You are going to get 3 trailers that are going to be introductory to the characters that you're going to meet. And then there is another series of individual trailers that you will receive that are also introductory to the story. And then you will have your announcement video, which is the official announcement video, and then you will have episode 1. There is a lot of content that you're going to be getting to set you up for episode 1. That's the explanation. So there's a lot that you're going to be getting that are very short crumbs of information as we lead up to the official drop of episode 1. Considering we've been waiting for this for 2 years, we are letting this thing build before we just drop it to you. There's a lot to give you. So I'm sorry, I have to figure out where the fuck hairlines are. I'm very excited to give you guys as much as we can now that we can give stuff. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited. I don't know. I feel like I'm very nervous that I'm not going to, the word's not like not going to get this right, but like that, like, nah, I'm not even going to fret about it. I keep like flitching between like, I'm nervous that I'm not going to like, whatever, like release this properly, but there's not a proper way to release this. I'm just excited to get this out here. I'm just excited for people to see it and know it and learn it and all of the fun shit. Don't be scared. That's cringe. You're right. I'm not scared at all. But yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited to finally get to share this with everyone. There's so much I can't wait for you guys to know. I can't wait to be able to talk about it. Also, once it's all out, we are not going to confirm any theories during the actual release time of the lore, obviously, because that's just not how that works. But when the day comes that the lore is fully released, like when you've got all of the pieces to it, we will have more discussions about what we are willing to tell you, and what we're willing to confirm. Kind of like at the end of the Dream SMP, people talked about their character arcs and answered all the questions. Same thing with that concept, or like Rambu answering all the questions about whatever the fuck his thing was called that I can't remember, Generation Loss. Like, we'll have like a Q&A style shit later on. But you guys will have to be patient for that, because when I tell you I have no idea how long releasing this lore could take, like, it genuinely, in like as crazy as it sounds, it could take a year before you guys have everything. Like, I could be releasing lore for the next year and I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, I'd be like, yeah, it's been a whole year of this bullshit. Because it's been 2 years just to get to this point. So, anyways, this is all to say there's a lot for you guys to see. I'm very excited. I don't like this tangent line here. Should I cover the chin? I think I will, yeah. I'm very excited about all of this. I'm very nervous. So the lore will come out. How do I say? The lore is coming out tomorrow. The first piece of actual lore is coming out tomorrow at 4 p.m. And for all the hyping I've done today, it really is not a huge drop. It is like a 45-second, 30-second trailer. Tara looking buff? She is? Yeah, she's canonically buff. Character Tara could canonically kick my ass, and I would fucking let her. But unironically, I would let her. Swole. Look at that arm. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just fucking doodling at this point. I'm trying to like get like actual lines on paper, and none of this is exactly what I want it to be, but I'm doing my best. That muscle is hot. I know, right? Look at that shit. Good shit. I love the subtlety of little arm drawings like that. Lore, let's go no matter how small, still lore. Yeah, that's the goal. Is just be hype. Be hype. Fingers crossed and all that shit. That like I'm just so excited I'm so excited that you guys will get to see it finally. Be hype. Yes, be hype. Buzz. I'm gonna have to make like, I don't think I have a lore emote. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get like a lore emote, like an emote for like for people to spam during lore. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to set chat up for while we're loring, like while we're streaming lore. Because while we're streaming the lore, it's just gonna be like, yeah, we need a hype lore emote. We can spam reaction emotes. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have chat on during the lore, if that makes sense. I might have you guys on emote only while the lore is physically playing, just so that people aren't too distracted, so that they can actually like watch the lore and enjoy it. I don't know if that's confirmed yet. It's just a thought I've had of like, I might keep it to emote only. I might try the first episode having it be like regular chatting, like access to chat, and if it goes well, maybe I'll let you guys keep it. We'll have to see. Yeah, no, there will be nothing else on screen. My camera will not be on screen. Chat will not be on screen. Emotes like that float around, those will not be on screen. It will literally be the lore you are watching and nothing else visually. Assignment understood, task in progress. Cyber is beyond on it. You know that one picture of Elmo in front of the fire with his arms? With his arms? Yeah, it's that, but instead it's just characters with big letters of lore. Yes. It's just the characters with big letters of lore, just like, yeah, the fucking screaming Elmo in the fire emote is probably the best thing for that. I've got this emote. This probably isn't helpful. I've got Kirby with a knife. I've got surprised Pikachu. I've got sad cat. I don't know. Love you, Xander. Aw, thanks, Axel. Love you too, mate. Thank you for the bits. I need to make my bits text-to-speech one of these days. I have it set up for like actual donations. All my actual donations are text-to-speech, but I don't have my bits set up as text-to-speech yet because those are a pain in the ass to set up. But I gotta get those set up eventually. But yeah, I just need screaming Pikachu, which is the word lore. But oh, it's the girlies so far. It's the girlies in the head of Xander. I have a little bit of struggle with drawing characters that aren't my own, just because I'm always like anxious of like, I'm gonna do it wrong. And I'm always certain that I am definitely somehow doing something wrong. And I'm never quite sure what to do about it, but I'm doing my darndest. My second favorite emote, sad cat. Wicked, that's gotta be one of your favorites. You sad cat all over the place constantly. You're constantly sad catting. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were a sad cat. I've got like the general shape of Tara down, so it kind of looks like her. I am. Wicked is such a sad cat. If I'm wet cat, then Wicked is sad cat. I am just wet cat coded. Someone say sad cats. Great. Why are we what? Sad cat and Hype Elmo are the best. I don't have Hype Elmo on this one. I can get Hype Elmo on this one. What is that? That's the Franker face emotes, right? Let me see. Franker face emotes. Connect with Twitch. Let me see if I can do that. That's not what I want. No, wait, is it Franker face or is it the other one? Wait. Is it the... Nope, no. This one? Yeah, I do have that one in the channel. I already have that one in the channel. It's just Hype E. It's just, we don't have the fire, but we do have Hype E. I was gonna say, I think I have that in the channel. You guys fully have access to Hype E. It's just Hype and then the X, like Hype and then capital E. Because it's Hype Elmo. Nope, don't capitalize your Hype. Just Hype and then capital E. You gotta be very precise with the fucking, those specific emotes. There you go. Chat's learning how to emote again. Kind of like you can do, I think I have wide people sad on here. There's wide people happy. There's wide people sad. I think those are my only wide peepos I have. I have peepo add. You can tell me when ads are. I have peepo arrive if you arrive. I've got peepo clown. Like, I have a shit ton of emotes that you can just fucking flip around. I've got peepo hey to say hello to people. Like, I've got a shit ton of emotes you guys can play with. You just have to know how to find them. Yep, PP hop. I think I actually have PP overheat as well. Yeah, PP overheat for when you're hyper hot. Oh, I've got to take the Santa hat off of that one. I forgot I kept that. Yep, peepo sit for all of our polite chatters. That's how you guys should be waiting for the lore when the lore drops. Everybody should be peepo sitting for the lore. Brilliant. Yes, rat is always available. Do I have rat available normally? Yeah, I totally do. Single spinning rat. Anywho, man. I desperately need to get this set up because I've realized if I'm gonna have this upload tomorrow, I need to get this set up to actually upload. I love character power, but holy shit, coloring these will be the end of me. Yeah, I understand. Trust me, all of us understand. But if we want lore to drop tomorrow, I'm gonna have to run away because I'm going to have to actually go set the lore up to drop tomorrow because I've just realized I haven't done that yet. Hey, Death. Thank you for the rats. Anyways, I need to be ready for that. Oh, Crispy's here. Crispy is live. I'm gonna give you guys to Crispy then, obviously. I'm gonna set you guys up to raid Crisp because I genuinely need to go get this set up because I've just realized that I don't even have that set up to fucking stream yet or to fucking post yet. Why am I having a stroke right now? There we go. Okay. I'm loading up a raid for you guys. We're gonna go raid Crisp. You guys are gonna take good care of him. You guys are gonna behave. You guys are gonna have fun. You guys are gonna be ready for lore at 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. on my YouTube, 4 p.m. on my TikTok, 4 p.m. wherever you want to be. I'll make a Discord event for it. All of that shit. I'm very excited. Be excited. I'm a little nervous, but yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Otherwise, behave, have fun, have a good night. Take care of Crispy, take care of each other. Love you guys, you know? I know you're gonna kill me when you kiss the skin.